okay, we're going to play a full game. We're going to play the whole thing, all 4 quarters, and maybe slouched a little bit in that third quarter. They went a little bit more prevent. Clear Lake started throwing the ball a little bit more. They got a little soft.
Wasn't maybe expecting that.
Yeah, they got a little soft in there, and we know that because Coach said in the postgame, all they did was practice for the run last week. Well, guess what? They practiced for the pass this week. That's what they're looking at. So they got to shut down Beckett DeJean.
They do.
What an athlete. Just a phenomenal athlete out there. And, you know, he's going to run this team. Where he goes, that's where this team's going. And if we can shut him down like we did the first time, it could make a world of difference. But that means we got to do it. We got to stay healthy for it. We got to keep going. Speaking of healthy, Bodie Higgins out.
Big injury for Spirit Lake. Bodie Higgins will not play the rest of the way for the Indians, and so has a broken leg.
Has a fracture in his leg. Yep.
So
figured he's been playing on it for a few weeks.
Tough kid.
It's starting to heal already, they said. So.
Well, we certainly hope it's a good recovery for him, but unfortunately not going to play here tonight. Our pregame show is sponsored by Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake, online at lakeshealth.org. We are on 103.9 KUOO tonight and on Explore Kaboji live video, presented by Central Bank and Central Insure, proud supporters of the Spirit Lake Indians. Happy to bring you the video stream of tonight's game. They are the exclusive video sponsor this evening. Let's hear from the coaches here on the pregame show. For the Indians, Josh Beloit. For the Falcons, Larry Allen. And our pregame interviews, again, thanks to Lakes Regional Healthcare, where he'll hear from them in 30 seconds on KUOO and ExploreKaboji.com.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
The pregame show is sponsored by Lakes Regional Healthcare. Joining us is Spirit Lake head football coach Josh Beloit. Coach, thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity.
Well, let's recap last week. A nice win against a good Clear Lake squad, 43-21. You know, when you looked back on that game on film over the weekend, what did you see that you really liked?
I saw we started really, really well. I thought we did some really good things on both sides of the ball to start the game. I thought Cade Lunt really played one of his best games of the year, distributed the ball well. I thought perimeter blocking-wise, Drew Elger and Cade Hassel. Cade Hassel did a great job blocking on the perimeter. So we had some good ball distribution. I thought Jake Cornwall really stepped up and had some big runs, physical runs. Also jumped in at quarterback in the run game as well. And then defensively, just thought we did a great job of shutting down the run, making them not do what they wanted to do. And then obviously they threw the ball in the second half. But just pleased overall with how our guys played and excited to continue to be playing. So.
And I also thought Tyler Voss defensively was just an animal.
Yeah, he had 7 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. I mean, he's just a phenomenal player. It's just fun to watch him on both sides of the ball, the effort with which he plays. You know, there's some plays that, he hit a tip ball. He kind of spins back into the tackle and gets a tip ball and a long pass. It saves us a pass interference call. Just, the effort he plays with is phenomenal.
Now, you are 10-0 at this point in time, and a lot of people would say it's kind of hard to nitpick at 10-0, but I'm sure there's something that you were able to focus on in practice this week that you learned after that game as well.
Oh, we struggled a little bit in the pass game, just some leverage stuff, and I think it's great for us, coming into this game, OABCIG, against a team that throws the ball so much, just to lock in and see what we need to do better from a leverage standpoint, from a position standpoint, from a reroute standpoint on the underneath level. And, I think every week we're trying to continue to improve and get better, and every week there's things, never play a perfect game, right? We're striving to, but we're never going to. And I think our guys were really locked in this week and have had a good week of practice. Again, these guys are a great senior-led team and do a really good job of continuing to focus on what they can do to get better.
Let's talk about the opponent for this week. You mentioned OABCIG. Now let's go back to the first time around you guys played. Beckett DeJean is really a star player for them, and he's just a phenomenal athlete. But when he played you guys, you held him to 2 yards rushing, and he averages about 85 a game. What was the key to that?
Well, I think our guys just fit really, really well, tackled really well in space. Obviously made him uncomfortable with pressure. And I thought we did a great job in coverage and taking away maybe the first route he wanted to and then got him off his spot. We played really well that game. I thought our guys defensively were able to get after him in the backfield. So.
What has changed about OABCIG since that game earlier this year?
Very similar to their style of play. They're not going to change what they want to do. They're a quarterback-oriented offense, and spread the field horizontally and vertically and make you defend the whole field and try to create run lanes for him, and also try to create mismatches in space in the passing game. They have the Dearson kid back at running back and linebacker, who's a great athlete for them, so that's been a little bit of a change since we played them. But no, nothing significantly different. I think both teams are playing really good football right now, and it's going to be a fun game.
What's the keys to a win on Friday night then?
I think at this time of the season and in all games, really it comes down to taking care of the ball on offense, creating some turnovers defensively, and playing great special teams. And I think the team that does that the best is going to win this game.
And you get to play one more game at home, which, that's just been great. What a great playoff atmosphere we've had this year.
Oh, it's phenomenal. Our community support's incredible. It's so fun to the guys get up there Friday morning and see all the seats reserved already and just the energy when you walk in there. It's been fun to see a lot of former players come back and see them coming out on the field. And, it's just we live in an incredible place, and we're very fortunate to be where we are. So proud to be from Spirit Lake.
Coach, best of luck on Friday evening. Thanks for the time here on the pregame show, and we hope to chat with you afterwards, okay?
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Spirit Lake head football coach Josh Beloit on the pregame show, brought to you by Lakes Regional Healthcare. More coming up on KUOO and Explore Live Video.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
We're back on the Lakes Regional Healthcare pregame show as we get ready for a quarterfinal playoff game between Spirit Lake and OABCIG. And let's bring in OABCIG coach Larry Allen at this time. And Larry, thanks for being with us.
Glad to be with you. Thanks for having me.
You bet. And Larry, let's go back to the second round of the playoffs where your squad would get the nice victory over Osage 34-22 last Friday. And talk to us a little bit about that game last week.
We kind of got off to a little bit of a slow start. Osage is a very good team, good running back, very physical up front, good receiver. So they got a lot of facets that they're very effective at. So, as the game progressed, I think we became a little more physical with them. I think they wore down a little bit, and we were able to hit a couple long runs, especially in the fourth quarter. We hit one that kind of broke their back after they'd gotten within a score of us. And, we didn't throw the ball excessively. Last week we had more of a ground attack, which I think is important for us.
And your squad would make that long road trip up to Osage, so you got to be pleased about maybe a little bit slow start, like you said. Maybe that's some of the long road trip, but the way your squad responded, you got to be pleased about that.
Yeah, it's a long way. We stopped halfway, got there early. You do all those things that you're hoping is going to help your kids get prepared. And every group handles things like that a little bit differently. A couple other long trips we'd had this year, one to Spirit Lake, one to Esterville. We didn't get there as early as we'd like, so we changed things up. And I think that really helped us, but you just don't know how you're going to handle things when you get off the bus.
We're visiting with OABCIG coach Larry Allen. And Larry, let's talk about the opponent then for your team, a familiar one, as you have a rematch with Spirit Lake. And earlier this year, they would win 28-13. And second time around, what do you expect and what do you remember from that first game?
They're very physical. They won the line of scrimmage that night. Linebackers, linemen were really effective at getting a good pass rush on us, and we weren't able to run the ball nearly as well as we needed to. We still like to throw it, but we have to be able to run it some. So that's been a focus for us, that we've got to establish a little bit more of a ground attack just to take some of the pressure off of the quarterback. And, they've got so many skill kids that we've just got to slow them down and make them drive the ball down the field. Nobody likes to give up big plays when you're on defense, that's for sure. So that's going to be big for us as well.
Okay. Well, Larry, congratulations on a great season, a couple of nice playoff victories, and we wish you continued success.
All right, thank you, and thanks for the call.
You bet. Thanks for joining us in the pregame. That is OABCIG football coach Larry Allen. We'll take a look at starting lineups, and our kickoff will be coming up on KUOO.
Banking isn't just financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Hi, this is Cindy Mark, Mortgage Loan Officer at Central Bank. Exceptional service is at the core of who we are. We are a family-owned business, and decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since we were chartered in 1877, our main focus remains the same: to be the best bank in every community we serve. At Central Bank, we make it happen. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For Class 2A quarterfinal football playoffs with Spirit Lake and Odebolt Arthur Battle Creek Ida Grove, the 9-1 Falcons and the 10-0 Indians. With Clyde Erkey, I'm Jason Jacobs. I want to say thanks to Matthew Grisham, our video engineer with Explore Live Video tonight, and Michael Petska, our audio engineer at Mission Control KUOO here in Spirit Lake. We will get our starting lineups presented by Central Bank and Central Insurance. They are there to make it happen for you in just a moment, as Spirit Lake will kick off to OABCIG. And back for the Falcons will be Josh Peters, I believe, and Gabe Winterroad. I was prepared for that, Clyde.
You were. You were right on cue with that one.
Right on cue. The Falcons and the Indians. Spirit Lake won by 2 touchdowns the first time around. Who knows what will happen this time around?
That's
a trip
right.
to the Dome is on the line. Winner next week goes to the Unidome, plays at either 10 or 1 on Saturday. We're underway at 6:59, a short kick to the 10-yard line, and it will be a little bit of a reverse. They'll go back to Winter Road, and Winter Road gets away from one line of defenders and then gets smashed at the 14-yard line. That's a start there, Clyde.
They tried to do a little trickery, but Spirit Lake held their lanes. They stayed outside on all the way across. And when they do that, they pinch it back in. They trapped him to the corner here in this right side, and they didn't let him go anywhere. He got past that first wave and got about 4 more yards, but they're going to mark it at the 14.
Now, you didn't get to see this game the first time around,
I
Clyde.
did not.
You were on vacation.
I was.
But Dr. Rolk and I were highly anticipating this matchup, but the Falcons offense the first time around didn't get a whole lot going. We'll see what happens here this time around as they'll go with 4 receivers. Beckett DeJean is in the shotgun. Griffin Dearson is back this time around. He'll fake a handoff and he'll toss it out to Dearson for a little screen pass. He'll avoid one defender and then fall forward. Basically,
I think
back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, back to the line of scrimmage.
He was way in the backfield there.
Yeah, he got hit back about 4 yards, but then he spun out of that one and was able to pick up back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, no gain.
Was that Dearson on that one?
Griffin Dearson. And it will be 2nd and 10 for the Falcons. Same look for Beckett DeJean, the highly touted quarterback. And here's the handoff. They're going to go to Dearson. Dearson's a big kid, a real big physical kid, and he's going to pick up about 5 on 2nd down and get himself up to the 19-yard line.
Well, just straight ahead running, go up the middle on that one, try and bulldoze him over. And he got about 5 on that, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. 3rd and negotiable for both sides.
Dearson 6'1", 217. They'll hand off to him again, and they will try to bulldoze their way, and they ain't going to get a lot this time around. He'll get to about the 21-yard line and no more after he stopped for a short gain, and it'll be a punting situation coming up for the Falcons offense, who on the line have Blake DeLong, Luke Swanger, Kyle Spots, Levi Street, Vince Hofling. The receivers, Trayton Kohler, Carson Quirk, Josh Peters, Gabe Winterroad, and then we mentioned DeJean and Dearson.
Yeah, you know, early in the game we saw it last week. They did a fake on this one, but I think the Falcons are thinking way too deep. We got to punt this one away.
And it is Beckett DeJean to punt, and that'll bounce into Indians territory. That's one of those Peter get away from it situations. It'll stop at about the 40-yard line, it looks like.
Not an overly good punt, a little low line drive off the side of his foot, but he did get it into Indians territory.
And that's maybe the most important thing if you're a Falcons fan, is just get it onto the other side of the 50. Spirit Lake at their own 39-yard line, Clyde, with 10:16 on the clock here in the first quarter. No score if you're just joining us.
Still pretty good field position starting from their own 39 here.
Indians offensive line, Evan Beck, Ethan Carlson, Cale Queering, Josiah McQuan, Owen Meerbeek, and the quarterback, Cade Lunt, will toss it back. And this is going to be a little end-around play that's not going to develop for Spirit Lake's Jake Cornwall, who's out there in place of Bodie Higgins.
Yeah, and that one, he just kept stringing it out, but a good job by the defense from the Falcons. They kept stringing it out also, and they kept the perimeter held outside here, and were not able to get him around the corner. And it looks like no gain on that one.
And they'll look to throw on 2nd down, and down the field they go, and they got a man, and it'll be broken up. Very nicely done by Josh Peters downfield. It'll be incomplete.
Absolutely perfect defense on that. Josh Peters had it all. He was stride for stride behind hassle on that one, but he was right there with him. And when the ball came in, he was looking back, got his left hand up in there and batted it away right at the last second. Good pass. It was there, just good defense.
So it'll be 3rd and 10. So far, the defenses have had their way. Here's a nice run up the middle, but it's not going to be enough for Jake Cornwall. Cornwall will pick up, looks like 4.
Yep.
And Spirit Lake is near midfield. They're going to opt to play the field position game here early in this one.
Yeah, let the punter kick it down there, maybe find a corner somewhere, pin him inside the 10. Who we got there? Caleb, I would think.
Caleb Ryder is the punter for Spirit Lake. And again, back to receive is Peters and I believe Winter Road. And that's a pretty healthy-looking punt that'll go to the 14, 15-yard line. And escaping a defender there is Winter Road, and then he'll be tackled at the 25-yard line. So Gabe Winterow with a return of about 7. And it'll be the Falcons' offense back on the field, this time from their own 25-yard line. No score if you're just joining us on KUOO and Explore Live Video. Video coverage tonight exclusively thanks to Central Bank and Central Insure.
They're going to mark it at the 26 to start this.
And again, 9:23 on the clock. We'll get the Spirit Lake defensive starters on this possession.
Both defenses playing very well so far in the first 2 series. We'll see if it keeps up like that.
Gabe Poolman, Tyler Voss, Jake Wallin will be on the line for the Indians. And DeJean in the shotgun. He'll toss a screenplay, and it'll be incomplete over the hands of Gabe Winterroad. And, yeah, I agree. Dangerous throw.
He thought Winterroad was going to take off on that one, but Winterroad stayed back on the line of scrimmage, and DeJean threw it out in front. Fortunately, we weren't playing tight coverage on that. That could have been a disaster.
Linebackers for the Indians, Braden Teesfeld, Caleb Lee, Owen Lalumandir, who, by the way, might wear 44 tonight
42,
as well.
42, that's changed. Yeah.
Jake Cornwall and Justin Ham. Defensive backs, Will Graves and Drew Alger, Joey Andres, and also Stecker. And here's going to be a run for the quarterback, DeJean, as nothing really developed. And
he's going to
lose a couple, and now we have a flag. I think that's going to be a holding penalty.
I think so, too.
But I would look for that to be declined, it looks like.
Well, okay, so Owen Lalumandir is out there on this right end, and he's wearing 42 right now. I think you'll see him in that all night. He's number 42. They might want to use him at running back also.
Yeah, it sounded that way.
But they're going to set him up on this outside right end on this one, and he came in hard and fast.
And they are going to take the penalty yardage and play the field position game.
Move it back, yep. I mean, so far they're not moving the ball anyway, so let's take the extra penalty yards and keep the down there. Yeah, chop block.
I think that's a half the distance to the goal if I caught that correctly.
Yeah, the flag, it's a spot foul, so the flag is at the 18, so they're going to mark it at the 9-yard line. So that's a 15-yard penalty, basically.
Yep. And that makes it 2nd and about 25-ish.
Actually, it's almost a 16-yard penalty, but 17 yards because they started from the 26.
DeJean looking to throw from his own end zone on 2nd and long, rolls to his right, got some room, and Cornwall will trip him up. He kind of half slides, half is tackled at about the 13-yard line, and he'll get 4 of those back, it looks like.
Yeah, but heavy pressure again. Nobody open downfield. Good coverage by the defense, by the Spirit Lake defensive backs, messing up that pass play. DeJean had a tuck it and run, picked up about 4. I think they're going to mark it at the 13-yard line.
Yeah.
Yep.
So DeJean gets credit for making something out of nothing there. Here is 3rd and long, though, and he's going to look to run again, and now he'll throw it downfield. He's got a man, and it's going to be incomplete. They're going to throw a flag, though. They're going to throw a flag against Justin Ham.
That was pretty close.
And I'm interested to see what they call here because it looked like it was kind of a high tackle just because the receiver was going low to make the catch.
Yeah, and either that or it's going to be interference because he didn't look back at the ball. He just face guarded him.
So let's see. Indians fans don't like it, but I do think it is the right call in this scenario. And let's see what he says. Okay,
pass interference
so
defense,
it is pass
15-yard
interference.
penalty.
Having a little trouble hearing the official on the mic, but that'll push it up to the, 28, 27-yard line. It looks like 28-yard line.
Yeah, 28.
So the penalty gives them 15 yards, and that makes it 3rd down and 8, Clyde.
Yeah, yep.
So again, the Falcons, they'll go with their 4-receiver set. Dearson's in the backfield, and they will now look to maybe throw, and he will back over the middle, and it'll be incomplete. Well, I was a little surprised Eugene to maybe just take off with it there for a moment, but then he thought he had a guy back over the middle and overshot him.
And not only that, he saw 2 black jerseys spying him coming to that short sideline. He didn't have a whole lot of room to run. He couldn't make the corner, so he just kind of tucked it, then saw the guy across the middle, but overthrew him badly.
Our broadcast this evening, thanks to all sorts of great sponsors. They include Aeronautics Performance Clinic and Okoboji Wellness Clinic and The Venue. And here is the punt. That's DeJean. Better punt that time around as it bounces at the 42. Spirit Lake picks it up at the 31. And then sliding down, I believe that was Hassel.
Yep.
And so Spirit Lake will get the ball back. The defenses are doing their job so far in this one. Ball marked at the 35-yard line of Spirit Lake with 8:02 to go in the first quarter, and we are scoreless.
Yeah, nobody moving it a whole lot on either side. Both defenses playing very well.
So 1st and 10 for the Indians offense. We'll try to get the Falcons defense this time around. And Lunt will hand things off, and not a lot of running room for Will Ditzworth. In fact, Will might have lost a yard there from the looks of things.
I think they're going to give him maybe the line of scrimmage, about a half-yard loss, it looks like.
So that'll make it 2nd down and 11. Yeah, you can tell the Falcons are definitely fired up for this one. Want a little revenge from earlier in the year. Lunt goes under center on 2nd and 11. They'll fake a handoff, some pressure. Can he avoid a defender? He does. Now he's going to have to try to avoid a second one, and that's a good just job of getting in the way of the defender there by number 19 for Spirit Lake. That's Wallin.
Wallin, yeah.
But there's nowhere to run with it.
Yeah, he might have got back to the original line of scrimmage.
I think he did.
No, back to the line of scrimmage, not the original, but back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain, and it'll be 3rd and 11. The defenses, again, have come to play. It's a chilly night here at Hafer Field. Could be, do we dare say, a low score with these two offenses?
Well,
maybe.
It's kind of panning out. Who's going to get the big play? Who's going to make the mistake?
Spirit Lake's going to stack them up on each side. And maybe they'll go over the middle here. Lunt in the shotgun. And he will hand off to Ditzworth. And OABCIG had that sniffed out right away. It's Griffin Dearson. Back to that original line of scrimmage. That time around goes Will Ditzworth for a gain of 1.
Yep. Switch it out again. Punt the ball away. See if Caleb can pin him back here again, get a boomer.
This time around, the ball is about 10 yards deeper than what it was last time. OABCIG again sends back Peters and Winter Road to receive. So here's the snap. Pretty good looking snap. Really good looking punt.
Yeah, that's a better punt there.
To the 23. We're going to maybe have a block in the back. We're not going to call it.
No, nobody called it. He hit him.
Down to the 35-yard line. Races number 10, Gabe Winterroad.
I can't believe there wasn't just at least a shove in the back. I mean, there was no doubt about it.
So the Falcons are progressively improving the situation on the field position a little bit. They're up to now their 35, 36-yard line. With 6:02 on the clock in the first quarter, we have no score between OABCIG and Spirit Lake in 2A quarterfinal football. And here's 1st and 10 coming up for the Falcons offense, which pretty much just consistently lines up with 2 receivers each side.
Yeah, 2 receivers each side.
Kolar and Winter Road one way.
Throw one in the slot out there. That's Winterard.
And then Peters is out there, and so is Hopfling. And we're going to have a little issue here with the chain on the other side. So they're going to call a little bit of a timeout. That gives us an opportunity here to say thank you with the Iowa High School Athletic Association. They'd like to take this opportunity to remind you that sportsmanship starts with you. Good sportsmanship means showing respect to student athletes, coaches, officials, schools, and those around you. Good sportsmanship shows character, accountability, and sets a positive example on and off the field. The IHSAA thanks you for being a good sport for tonight's game. And always good to be a good sport, but especially when you're on a big stage like tonight and moving forward for one of these two teams. So 0-0 between the Indians and the Falcons, and they're still working on the chains.
You said in the pregame that the four squads from the Northwest Iowa here in District
are all in it.
1 and 2 still playing tonight, and that bodes well for this area. But in all classes, we're stacked up here in the Northwest corner.
Got a lot. Got a lot through the lower four classes.
Yep.
We had 2 8-player teams make it yesterday. Newell Fonda and Remsen St. Mary's. Congratulations to them.
Yep.
Class A tonight. There's Western Christian and West Sioux.
We even had George Little Rock.
Or 1A, excuse me.
We had Gretna Terrell, Ruth Van Ayrshire playing Remsen.
That's right.
So there's 3 8-man teams.
Yep, that we're still playing. We have an update. 7-0 Central Lyon leads West Lyon first quarter. Thank you, Dr. Rolk, for that update there. It'll be interesting to see. Class A, we have Hartley, Melvin, Sanborn over at Woodbury Central tonight.
Yep.
In Class 1A, as I mentioned, West Sioux and Western. Class 3A had teams in it yet last week.
Yep.
Not this week, as they were both defeated. And then 4A was the same way, with both Spencer and Lamar's were in it. So, multiple teams through the first, six class sizes.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah. So 6 class sizes. All right, I think they've got the markers fixed. Again, we're on KUOO tonight, and Explore Live Video is presented by Central Bank and Central Insure. This game can be viewed at explorecabogie.com under the Sports tab. If you have a video streaming device at home that you hook up to your TV, like a Roku or a Fire Stick, you can download our free app. It's called CF Video. That's the letters CF and Video. You can watch on there, or you can watch at Explore Cabogie on YouTube. And I don't see the
Matthew's
down marker on that right now.
I don't see the down marker over there on the other side yet, though.
No, I don't see that either, but they have it on this side.
Yeah, the big bright LED one.
At the 36-yard line. Now it's back up. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons at their own 36 in a scoreless ball game with 6:02 to go in the first quarter. East Clyde Erkey, I'm Jason Jacobs. Thanks to Michael and Matthew making our audio and video coverage possible tonight. Okay, I think we're finally ready to go here.
And I think Ladwig's in the backfield with DeJean on this one.
Okay. DeJean will fake a handoff. Here comes pressure. Will he get away downfield? And it'll be incomplete. He throws it basically through the arms of number 44, Trayton Kohler.
Well, and I'll tell you.
Heavy pressure, Clyde.
And that's what's making him get these errant throws. He's not getting it on the mark, which we know he can do. But right now he has no yards passing and only the one completion for 0 yards.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. But this is this offense can explode at any time.
Well, that's what I'm looking at right now, the way these defenses are playing. Who's going to make that first big mistake, and who's going to take advantage of it, and who's going to have the big play?
And they're going to look to run with Dearson here, and Dearson will get 4, it looks like, on 2nd down. He'll get up to the 40-yard line. Will they mark him past that? No. It'll be a gain of 4.
You mark it just short. The nose of the ball is at the 40, so give him 4 yards on that.
And it'll be 3rd and 6, a long 6 coming up for the Falcons. So let's see if the Indians' defense can come up with another big stop here.
And we got this one setting up the 3 front linemen in there. It looks like Jake Wallean's in the middle. Tyler Voss is probably on that left end. I'm not seeing who's on this right end, but then
that might be Poolman on this end.
Yeah, it is Poolman, it looks like. 52.
Yeah, they mix them around.
Yeah, 52.
On the defensive
that's Tyson
line.
Robinson.
Okay, Tyson Robinson in this time around. So here we go. Now we've got timeout called by OABCIG head football coach Larry Allen. So he didn't like what he saw there on 3rd and 6. We're going to take a timeout as well. Let's take a 30-second break. More high school football coming up on KUOO and Explore Live Video.
The spirit of competition finds a home in small-town communities where families rally together to support the work and determination of young athletes. As a family-owned business with a focus on our communities, Central Bank is proud to support high school athletics. Good luck to tonight's competitors. Have fun, play hard, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
We are at Hafer Field in Spirit Lake, and it is 0-0 No score between the Falcons and the Indians in Class 2A quarterfinal football playoffs. 3rd down and 6, I believe, coming up for the Falcons. We're still working on
more stuff on that chain gang
issues
over there.
with the chain over there.
I think they found a replacement
they found
or something.
a different one, it looks like. Well, kudos for them to having the backup ready to go. So 3rd down and 6. I've waited like 15 minutes before on those sorts of things. So here we go.
They're shuffling, they're
Maybe
shuffling
I'm
the old
still,
one out of there
they're
now.
Getting it out of the way.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and 6 for the Falcons. After they take a timeout, didn't like what they saw lined up defensively there for Spirit Lake. And it'll be 3 receivers, 2 to the far side of the field for DeJean. And he wants to throw. Now he wants to take off, it looks like. And he's in trouble. There's going to be a sack, a McKean's Pub and Grill sack inside the 35, back to the 33-yard line.
Take him down 7 yards deep, and that one, perfect job on the defense. They closed it off. He came up in the pocket, went to the outside looking for a hole on the outside, but Spirit Lake held their lanes, kept it there, and didn't let him get anywhere, and they brought him down. A combination of, I think, Teesfeld and Tyler Voss.
The first time around, it was double-digit sacks and double-digit tackles for a loss when these two teams played. Oh, here's a little bit of a fake, and could be trouble. He's got a little room, and he's going to get the first down. There's DeJean, and that's what he can do, and he's right at the marker. Ooh.
Oh, they marked him out short. They marked him out short. They marked him out short.
Somebody's there. Look at someone's there chatting, say, hey, don't move those chains.
Yeah, they marked him short, I think.
Don't move those chains, he's saying.
They better not have moved
He says,
them.
I want to have a spot. They are going to move it looks like. Well, I don't know. Now they're chatting.
They have not moved the ball. They moved the chains because the line judge on the other side told them to move, and they shouldn't have.
Oh, my.
That ball's short. If he's just beyond the 45, he had to get to the 46. He had to get to the 46.
It's close. We know that much.
But the problem is they've moved the chains already.
Yeah, I think you almost got to just let it go now.
They're going to let it go now. Yeah, they're going to move.
Oh,
See,
man.
they moved it up. They moved it up to the 46.
So
that's a poor call.
Give 13 yards to DeJean and a first down for the Falcons. And I think the Indians fans have an argument.
I totally agree.
A big argument. The defense is not happy. Here's another tackle. Well, it's going to end up being about a gain of 1 because Dearson's just so hard to bring down. But the defense gang tackling Dearson, he'll pick up 1 there for the Falcons to the 40, looks like 47 of OABCIG. Again, no score. 4:04 to go first quarter. Falcons will have 2nd and 9 from their own 47. 2 receivers far side of the field, 2 receivers near side of the field for DeJean. And he will look to toss it out, and it'll be caught by Winterroad. He'll avoid 1 defender. Winterroad should have the first down or close. Might be about a yard short, it looks like, to the Spirit Lake 45-yard line. He needs the Spirit Lake 44. So give him, well, he's going to get about 8.5. He's right at the 45.
He's about a yard short.
So give him 8, and it'll be 3rd down and a very, very short distance for the Falcons.
Yeah, that's almost a 90%, 99% that they're going to get this one, but our defense has got to stick it to them. Nope.
And it'll be a first down and then getting away. There he goes, DeJean to the 10, into the 5, and there's the touchdown for OABCIG.
And that's what you let him loose up the middle, and he's got the speed to do it. That's the big play that they were looking for along with that fake punt.
DeJean, with 3:04 to go in the first quarter, puts the Falcons up first, 6-0.
That's the one. He just went right up the middle. They opened it up in the middle a bit. Good job of blocking by it. Offensive line for the Falcons. Gave him a little hole, and then he did the rest with his legs. Got to the outside with a couple of jukes, and then outraced everybody to the end zone.
Kelton Ladwig will attempt the extra point for the Falcons. Well, he's mentioned who's going to break it first, and OABCIG did, and that is no good. It's blocked.
Yep.
So it'll be 6-0 OABCIG with 3:04 to go in the first quarter. Back in a minute on KUOO and Explore Live Video.
The spirit of competition finds a home in small-town communities where families rally together to support the work and determination of young athletes. As a family-owned business with a focus on our communities, Central Bank is proud to support high school athletics. Good luck to tonight's competitors. Have fun, play hard, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Wild. In the first quarter, and it's 6-0 OABCIG off a 45-yard touchdown scramble by Beckett DeJean. And there's a short kick by the Falcons to the 23, where it's taken by Spirit Lake, and they'll run up to about the 34-yard line. Whoever it was tackled pretty hard by the Falcons. But pretty decent field position for the Indians offense, which now needs to get going with 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Ball at the 34-yard line.
Well, good drive by the Falcons on that last one. Spirit Lake's defense just opened up a little hole. They left the middle open for him, and you can't give him that little breath of air because DeJean will exploit it.
Here's a little end-around run for Spirit Lake. Who is that there? It's Braden Teesfeld.
Teesfeld, I think.
Teesfeld got a pretty good amount on first down there.
He got 4 on that one.
Well, you'll take 4 yards every time.
Maybe,
more. He got 5. He's to the 39.
Yeah, give him 5 on that.
Will be kind of running back by committee as Bodie Higgins is hurt.
Teesfeld's in the slot now, though. That's why he did that end around.
And they're going to look to throw. Here comes some pressure. Cade Lunt gets away from the first set. Can't get away from the second set. That's a nice play by Vince Hofling as he tackles him for a loss at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, nowhere to go on that. He tried cutting it back in, but Hofling held his ground, shook the block, and got him with a good open field tackle.
Loss of 7. 3rd down and 12 coming up.
Got to find some offense for the Spirit Lake Indian squad here. Great job of defense by the Falcons. They're fired up.
Man in motion there for the Indians is Caden Hassel. And they'll look to throw, and it's tipped up, and it is a dangerous situation. It'll be intercepted.
Is it? No.
No, incomplete. It was tipped around.
It was batted all over the place.
It was incomplete.
But it fell harmless to the ground.
Thankfully. Because that would have given the Falcons really good field position.
One of the big linemen had their hands on it.
Yeah, it was number 90, Carter Hofling, but he couldn't hang on.
But then Spirit Lake defenders hit him as soon as he touched it. The ball popped loose and battered around a little bit more. And then it was almost, I think Trayton Kohler thought he'd pilled it, but he came up short.
Back to punt is Caleb Ryder. It'll be Peters and Winter Road back to receive for the Falcons. More of a line drive. Kick that around. Good bounce for Ryder to the 18. Up the right side goes Winter Road, I believe that is. No, that's Peters, excuse me, and he'll be tackled as he crosses the 30-yard line. So we'll see if Spirit Lake's defense can come up with a stop here. With 1:34 to go in the first quarter, trailing 6-0 to OABCIG. Falcons at their own 31. Our broadcast tonight thanks to State Farm Insurance, your Spirit Lake Hy-Vee, and Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative. Falcons are going to bunch things up here offensively a little bit more.
Yeah, they're going to leave it open backfield, empty backfield right now. Put everybody in the slots.
And now they're going to send a man out wide in Josh Peters. And here's DeJean. Looks to throw. Has Peters at the 36. Tackled at the 37, maybe 38 with forward progress. A gain of about 7.
Yeah, but they'll take that all night long.
Absolutely, they will.
He saw, and I think DeJean changed that one up. He saw man-to-man on this outside, and that's why he pushed Peters out to the outside and left one guy on him. Well, that defender had to back off a little bit. I think that was Dylan Stecker. and it gave him a 7-yard gain.
Gain of 7, as you mentioned, and here's DeJean. DeJean will be tackled after he gains 2, maybe 3. He's probably got the first down.
Yep, he's got the first down on that one.
And mark him at the 42-yard line, a pickup of 4. So that'll move the chains for the Falcons, who are leading 6-0. If you're just joining us, it's 13-0 Central Lyon over in Rock Rapids, leading West Lyon after Lutmer raced for about 90 yards. The quarterback over there, very talented individual as well. 4 receivers here and looking to throw, and that's going to be tipped at the line of scrimmage. Excellent job, and incomplete on first down. So 2nd and 10 for the Falcons at their own 42. 39 seconds to go in the first quarter. This one's, it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
Let me just say that.
Yeah,
this is not going to be a quick game tonight.
We're going to be here
Falcons
for a while
are going to be very content to dink and dunk their way down the field, even if it doesn't take a lot of time off the clock.
Both teams love their defense.
They want to hand it to the big guy, and not a lot of room for Dearson. That was excellent job. Who was leading the charge there for Spirit Lake? I think it might have been
Teesfeld was in there,
and also Voss. So we'll give 1 to the 43 for Dearson on the run, and now 3rd and 9. Let's see if the Indians' defense can come up with another stop here, Clyde. Really need it. Or maybe better if you could find a way to get like a turnover or some sort of a big play that way. Because it kind of feels at the moment a little bit like momentum slightly on OABCIG's side.
Like they're going to let the clock run out.
They are going to let it run out, and that's the end of the first quarter. 6-0 Falcons. We'll go to the second quarter in a minute from Haferfield and Spirit Lake on KUOO and Explore Live Video.
Sports fans, this is Cindy Mart, Mortgage Loan Officer at Central Bank. We are a family-owned business, and our team is all about providing competitive rates and a personalized experience that is simple and smooth for everyone. Buying a home is the biggest purchase you'll ever make. Give me a call when you are ready, and I will guide you through the process and answer any questions. If you're ready to apply, visit mycentral.bank. Central Bank is a proud supporter of high school athletics. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
IG leading Spirit Lake 6-0 with Clyde Erkey. I'm Jason Jacobs. Thanks for joining us from Haferfield and Spirit Lake.
Flip the script here and go. The Falcons will be going left to right on your radio dial, north to south here at Haferfield on the offensive side now.
And here's 3rd and 9. And he'll throw downfield. Has a man in out of bounds. Did he catch? Out of bounds, they say.
He was out of bounds.
All right, so incomplete.
What a throw by DeJean, though. I mean, he was running to his right, stopped at the hash marks on this side of the field, the right side, the west side of the field. He threw it 35 yards across field to the guy, and it hit him on the numbers. Unfortunately for the Falcons, he was out of bounds.
After 1 on Q102, it's Woodbury Central 12, HMS 0. And as we mentioned, Central Lyon leads West Lyon 13-0. West Sioux leads Western Christian 14-0.
Yeah.
There's a punt that's going to go inside the 10 to the 5. And did they have roughing the punter?
Yep. Great punt. Got it down inside the 5, but unfortunately he rolled into him. Gabe Pullman rolled into him, and DeJean,
they're chatting right now.
It touched his feet, and DeJean kind of rolled over the top. It's one of those. I mean, it could be called easily. I can see where it's going to be called. Yep.
Roughing. They're going to go roughing the kicker. Now, is that a 10-yard or a 5-yard penalty?
No,
or a 15,
I think
or
it's
what
15.
is it?
I think it's 15.
Let's see what they say. All right, here we go. So it is roughing the kicker. All right.
Yeah, it's an automatic first down.
Okay. So the penalty keeps another drive alive for the Falcons. And the defense did so good on that drive, too, getting things stopped. And it pushes it into Spirit Lake territory at the Indians' 42-yard line. So gain or 15, basically.
Yep.
Our broadcast tonight, thanks to Steamway Cleaning, Okoboji Realty, and United Community Bank. 6-0 OABCIG, 11:37 to go first half. Falcons will have 4 receivers, 3 to the near side of the field. They're going to go to Dearson here on first down, and he'll try to bully his way forward. He'll get about 5.
He's doing a really good job.
He is difficult to bring down.
Well, they got him around the hips. They got to wrap up those legs. Great job of running by Dearson on that. He felt the hands on his hips and stuff. Legs weren't covered up. He just kept the legs turning and rambled on for about 5 yards.
Officially a gain of 4 to the 38. So 2nd and 6. Falcons will go with 2 receivers to the far side of the field this time around, and 1 to the near side of the field. And I believe that's Dearson again in the backfield with DeJean. On 2nd and 6, faking a handoff. Pressure coming. Can they get to him? And he'll throw it downfield, and it'll be out of bounds. That was a good job by getting rid of it there by DeJean.
Just threw it out of bounds.
So it'll be 3rd down and 6 coming up.
Heavy pressure again.
Yeah.
Weren't able to get to him, but it made him forced out of the pocket and made him throw that thing away.
Well, and the question is, now, if you're OABCIG, are you in 4-down territory at the 38-yard line?
Exactly, especially with the lead.
I think you are.
I think so, too, with the lead, and your defense has been playing well.
So 3rd down and 6. Falcons will go with the same look. Couple receivers to the far side, single receiver to the near side. And they're going to have DeJean toss it forward, and it was almost intercepted. And Spirit Lake picks it up. That is going to be, let's see, Voss, who ends up with it, but did it bounce off the turf?
It should be incomplete, though.
That's kind of what I think as well, and the officials agree.
Yeah, it should be incomplete pass because it did hit the turf. Yeah.
So he just picked it up and ran with it, but it's off the turf, so it'll be 4th down and 6. And the Falcons leave the offense on the field here.
It was a shovel pass up the middle, but our defensive rush was right there.
Knocked
They
it right
batted
down.
it down and then picked it up. Well, it's still a pass, even whether it's underhand or overhand.
Now, DeJean, is he going to line up back there? No, he's not going to line up in a punt formation. He's in the shotgun.
He could do a squib kick right here,
He can do whatever he wants. He's going to look to pass it here. Maybe see something show up. Now he'll just toss it downfield, and that'll be incomplete.
That's incomplete.
Or did he come up with it? No, it's incomplete.
No, that's incomplete.
And a turnover on down, so the defense holds. Huge, Clyde, and actually, from a field position perspective, it actually worked out better for Spirit like this way.
It did, because that's incomplete. And it's another one of those where DeJean tried to get tricky, and he's running to his left and just tried to do another underhand pass about 8-9 yards down the field. Well, you're not going to get enough zip on it. Good defense right there, and I think even if he would have completed it, he wouldn't have had enough for the first down.
Would have been real close. But the fact that he can do that, though, and almost complete the first down is impressive. It'll be 1st and 10, Indians offense at their own 38-yard line. And we're going to see Lalo Mandir into the game here in the backfield. They're going to fake a handoff, and here comes Lunt.
No, I think that's Cornwall.
Or Cornwall, excuse me. Cornwall will get up to the 40-yard line and pick up a couple on first down.
And just got tripped up just a little bit out there. Otherwise, he had some room cutting to the outside. Going to mark it at the 42-yard gain. They want to put Jake in there in this series just to experiment to see about running plays. I mean, that's what they're going to bank on right now. And if they can have Cornwall running it with Lalo Mandir as his back, he could be the lead block back if nothing else. Oh, that's 2 guys in motion.
That's going to be a penalty. And it'll be a nice gain, though, for Teesfeld all the way up to the 44-yard line of OABCIG, but again, or 46-yard line, but it's coming back.
Yeah, 2 guys in motion. That's
illegal shift.
Yep. That'll back him up 5 yards.
That'll make it 2nd down and 13. Our broadcast tonight, thanks to McKean's Pub and Grill, Dr. Craig Newell, and Pizza Ranch. And they'll get it back to the 35. And so, again, 2nd down on 13.
Going to keep Cornwall in there at that back position with Lalo Mandir in the running back. And that time, both slots, Wallin and Tyler Voss, went in motion. They almost crisscrossed when the handoff was made.
So 2nd and long. And man in motion is Ham. Ham can't get the corner turn, and he's tackled way back at the 40 or 30, and that's an excellent job there by Trayton Kohler, who just broke that play up.
Yeah, I mean, that was an excellent job by Trayton Kohler. He was getting blocked in there, but he just kept pushing the guy back, pushing him back.
And now an injured player.
And he pushed him right into Justin Ham. That's going to be marked at the 30, so a 5-yard loss on that one.
And now it's going to be 3rd down and 18. And we have an injured player on the field. We'll take a timeout. 9:40 to go first half. 6-0 OABCIG. And we're back in 30 seconds on KUOO and Explore Kaboji live video. As 9:40 to go first half, Class 2A quarterfinal playoff football sees OABCIG leading Spirit Lake here at Haferfield 6-0. And let's see.
Getting up, but really.
The injured player is going to be Jake Walleen, and he is
favoring that right ankle, it looks like.
Going to be able to walk on it, but it's cold out there tonight.
Yep,
so those injuries are going to hurt a little bit more.
Yeah,
and it's going to be 3rd and 18.
That's a heck of a blocking slot back right there for us too. So you hate to see that. But Spirit Lake, they'll make the adjustments. They'll go after it.
Lunt comes back into the game for the Indians on 3rd down and 18.
In a passing situation, yes, that's what you're going to look at.
Well, yes, he will be in the quarterback position, it looks like.
And I think they'll set up Hassel, lone receiver on the right side.
And a couple here on the far side of the field. So here's Lunt. Looking to throw on 3rd and long. Lots of pressure. Sets up a screenplay, but OABCIG has it. Levi Streed makes the tackle right away. They read that very well, and it's a loss.
Yeah.
A pass for a loss of 2 yards.
2 yards.
Oh, my gosh. Not going the right way there was the offense, and Caleb Ryder will be called upon again to punt.
Well, they sniffed that one out right away. Great job, like you said, by Streed, Levi Streed. He saw Cornwall coming through, the lineman set up, and he just went through him before they even saw him come through, and he was right there, almost took the pass.
And it'll be Winter Road back to receive for the Falcons at his own 34-yard line. And that's another great punt by Ryder that bounces inside the 35 to the 32, almost 31-yard line. Very nice punt. Can't underestimate how important the field position has been. As the Falcons get the ball back, leading 6-0 with 8:47 to go in the first half.
Well, Falcons are taking advantage of that fake punt. The spot on that one, and then a couple of big penalties that kept some drives going to get this 6-0 lead. Spirit Lake, I mean, they got to feel good still. Their defense playing great, stopping them.
Only a 1-touchdown game.
Well, Falcons have had the ball in great position after a couple of those penalties.
And they start from their own 31 again. Now what do we got here? Now they're rearranging things, and coaches are calling things from the sidelines. They're going to go with 4 receivers to the far side of the field. You got enough people over there to cover them?
Yeah, and then one guy on this side, and it's going to be the quarterback draw.
And DeJean, after the third guy, will be tackled for a loss.
There we go.
At the 30.
Quarterback draw, and there was a lot of black jerseys hitting him. He kept squirting away, but our pursuit by Jake Cornwall got him at the 30-yard line after a 1-yard loss.
And he must have started at the 32, actually. So he's now back at the 31. Either way, a 1-yard loss. 2nd and 11. Now they'll go 2 receivers each side for DeJean. I think that's Dearson back there with him. And he'll try to toss it up. It's underthrown, and it'll be almost intercepted. Turning around at the last moment, there's Will Graves.
Great job out there by Will Graves. Good coverage.
3rd down and long coming up. Something that was not maybe brought up in pregame, but was a big factor the first time around, Clyde, was the fact that downfield there wasn't a lot open for DeJean to throw to that first game. And so far, that's been the same thing. It's been all him.
Yep. And they're doing man-man on the outsides, too, for the Spirit Lake defense.
3rd and 11, and DeJean wants to throw. Defense trying to get to him. Not a lot of pressure. Now they got some guys going to throw it downfield. And, oh, what a grab. Was he inbounds? Yes, that is Dearson.
What a throw.
What a catch. What a throw. Lays himself out at the 46.5-yard line. Mark it at the 47, say, and a gain of 16.
What a catch and throw on that one.
Yeah, that was
pretty.
Very impressive. The throw was excellent. I think the catch was even more impressive because he got down in bounds.
Yeah, he caught it, and he had the presence of mind, get that one knee down as he was sliding out of bounds.
3 receivers to the far side of the field, and DeJean will try to keep it himself. A little design run up the middle, and he'll be tackled after a gain of about 8 or 9. They'll mark him at the 46 of Spirit Lake. No, check that, 47 of Spirit Lake.
46.
46, yep, and then it'll be a gain of 8. 2nd and 2, 2.5. Same look. DeJean will toss a little screenplay out to Winter Road, and he'll be tackled after. Well, will he get a gain out of it?
He might have got back to the line of scrimmage. Depends on whether they're going to mark this.
Oh, I mean, it looked to me like he was a yard short when he went down from the far side of the field, of course.
Yep.
But it'll be incomplete, or it'll be a gain of virtually nothing.
Nothing, yep.
And it'll be 3rd down and 2. But here's where, I mean, if you've got DeJean, just say, take off, kid.
This is where DeJean is so scary. He's so good and so down. That's what he's looking at, quarterback draw.
And up the middle he goes, and that'll be a 1st down. Pretty good hole there by the line for OABCIG. He's down to the 38-yard line of Spirit Lake and a gain of 8.
Well, he can sit back there. He takes one quick glance to see if his receivers are open in that first 7 yards. If they're not, he sees the middle open because the linemen are pushed out, and then it's quarterback draw right up the middle.
A lot more of a designed run look this time around from the Falcons from the first time around. There's no doubt about that. They are, of course, spreading it out, but they're just letting DeJean run the ball. Now they're going to let him throw on 1st down. Here comes pressure. Can they get to him? He's so quick and gets away from one defender and then drags another forward after a gain of 4, maybe 5. He's inside the 35-yard line to the 33. Pickup of 5. So 2nd and 5 coming up.
And DeJean are so good at that. I mean, you see it in Beckett, just like you saw it in Cooper 5 years ago.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is like, year 7. It feels like we've been dealing with those guys forever. Very talented duo. Brothers, 2nd and 5. DeJean wants to throw. He's got it all day. Now he can take off if he wants. He's going to throw it downfield. He's just going to throw it away. He had an open man.
He did.
On the near side of the field, and Josh Peters, and he's shaking his arms like, hey, you didn't see me, man. I think Spirit Lake fans want to hold.
They were looking for something on that, but I don't see any flags.
It'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
I don't see any flags out there.
This is going to be 4-down territory again for the Falcons, leading 6-0 with 5:41 to go in the half. So here we go. DeJean has 2 in the backfield, and he's going to hand off. And there's not going to be a lot of running room there for, I believe it was Dearson. Let's double-check the number on that. And it was Dearson. Yep. Dearson, let's see.
Got 2.
I'll give him 1 to the 32.
Yep.
And it'll be 4th and 4 from the 32. Obviously, 4-down territory here for the Falcons. Our broadcast thanks to the Hut Bar and Grill, Consumers Lumber Company, and Northwest Bank. 4th and 4 from the Spirit Lake 32-yard line for the Falcons. 3 receivers to the far side of the field. Single receiver to the near side. And here's DeJean. Now we have time. Time by the head coach, Larry Allen. That's their 2nd timeout of the half. They lead Spirit Lake 6-0 with 5:05 to go until halftime. 32nd timeout. More high school football coming up on KUOO and Explore Live Video.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
right now.
1-4 coming up for OABCIG at the Spirit Lake 32-yard line. And Clyde, you mentioned the offensive statistics are a little skewed as it's 6-0 OABCIG.
You don't hear this too often for Spirit Lake, but through a quarter and a half, Spirit Lake's got a -2 yards in offense. Yikes. Right now is what I've got them at.
Need to have a defensive stop here. It's 4th and 4. DeJean will have 3-4 receivers. He wants to throw. Pressure. Here's Voss. Can he get him? Can he get him? No, he gets it away.
And he's got running room.
And he's got running room, too. And he'll get a first down and then some. Oh, and then he'll get just leveled going out of bounds.
He was still in bounds, though. He did not go out of bounds. It was a clean hit. But
so
he got the first
20.
down.
He got 12.
Oh, my goodness. So close. Tyler Voss had a hold of that jersey, but that's what he is so good at doing.
Yeah, he's just so elusive. An excellent athlete.
Excellent athlete.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons in the Indians' red zone at their 20-yard line.
And it's like he didn't even panic when that happened.
No. It's what he does.
Yeah, he got 12 yards, but he had to run 25 to get it.
A screen play to Winter Road, and he'll get the first down and then gets away, and he'll be into the end zone for a touchdown. So a 20-yard touchdown run.
Catch.
Or catch and run, I should say, for Gabe Winterroad. And the Falcons,
they're finding it right now.
Got a 12-0 lead, 4:34 to go until halftime. So extra point coming up.
Yeah,
they're going to go for 2.
DeJean just put it out to the outside on a little quick screen, and then Winterobe did the rest on his own.
All right, so they're going to go for 2 here. DeJean will have 2 receivers to the right and a single receiver to the left with Dearson. I'd be a little surprised if they don't hand off to Dearson or just let DeJean do it himself here.
DeJean, I think, is going to do that quarterback draw type deal.
Look to throw here. Pressure till the end zone. That'll be tipped around, and then now that should have hit the ground, and it did. Officials say no good.
No good.
So that's the good news if you're the Indians fans. The bad news, it's 12-0 OABCIG late in the first half. 4:34 to go until halftime. Let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll have more high school football coming up on KUOO and Explore Live Video.
Looking for fun social opportunities, financial benefits, and the opportunity to travel the world? This is Tammy Browning, Executive Director of Central Bank's Emerald Club, where we match up products, services, and expertise to create an engaging and social community for customers age 50 and up. We currently have trips scheduled to Omaha, the Canadian Maritimes, Nashville, Ireland, and a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Australia and New Zealand. Stop in to Central Bank in Spirit Lake to learn more about the Emerald Club, where experience in banking meets experience in life. Member FDIC.
12-0 OABCIG leads Spirit Lake. 4:34 to go until halftime. Class 2A quarterfinal football. Falcons will kick off here. And this is where you look for something tricky. Bryson Kohler is the kicker. That's kind of the feel, just the way he kind of lined up there. And they're going to kick it. That'll be a low line driver to the 11-yard line. And up the right side they go, and it'll be decent field position at the 31 or 2-yard line. So Spirit Lake will need their offense to get something going here with 4:27. I mean, a lot of time here in the first half.
Yep.
Just go get a score.
They're still in the game. By no means are they out of it. They got to keep their heads up. Their defense has been playing great. They just need to find a couple of those sparks on offense here.
Jackson County Central is a game away from the state football tournament, the state football playoffs up in Minnesota. They're tied with Pipestone 0-0 after the first quarter there on KKOJ. And not going to be a lot of running room here on first down for the Indians.
Yeah, got a little surge there. I think Cornwall's in there.
A little, almost the rugby scrum
That's
type
basically
thing.
what it was. Got hit in the backfield, spun out of it, and picked up, it looks about like 3 yards.
Yep, he'll get to the 34-yard line. 2nd and 7 coming up. And that is Cornwall in the backfield for the Indians.
Drew Elder split out here, far left side.
4 receivers total here for Lunt in the shotgun. Looking to throw. Now he's got a little running room. Keep going, Cade. Avoids one defender. He's got a first down. Oh, he's close. He's real close. Did the forward progress get him a first down to the 42?
Yep,
he needed the 41.
They're moving it. Yep, good job by Cade on that scramble.
Gain of 8. Pushes the chains forward. I don't know. Have we had a first down before that tonight?
That is our first.
Need it.
That is our first.
Need it bad. 27-0, Central Lyon leads West Lyon. 21 seconds to go in the first half. I mean, Central Lyon, folks.
That is a team.
They are the real deal.
That is a team.
1st and 10 Indians at their own 42, trailing 12-0. 3:23 to go until halftime here. Man in motion is Aldra. Oh, fumble!
On it.
Oh, no. And the Falcons will get on it. That'll be, I believe, 74. Vince Hofling with a fumble recovery.
And it was one of those, it looked like Alger or Ham was coming in motion, and Lunt wanted to hand it off to him. He wasn't expecting it. Hit the rib cage, bounced out, and hopefully it was right there, Johnny, on the spot. Another turnover to go along with the penalties and the fake punt.
Let's see, at the 32-yard line of Spirit Lake. With 3:15 to go until half, and now OABCIG is really licking their chops. Put them at the Spirit Lake 32-yard line. Oh, the Indians' defense needs a more than a stop here.
They've been doing such a great job all night.
DeJean wants to throw him first down, and he'll toss it out, and then it'll be caught, and then down because he had to sit down on his seat was Dearson. Just a good job of catching it there. As
he should have just let it drop.
Actually, he lost 3 yards. Oh, my gosh.
He should have let that go down to the ground.
Wow.
I mean, it's hard to tell a person that let it go down, but, he lost 3 yards on that.
Okay, so 2nd and 13. A little bit of a gift there. They'll go with 2 receivers each side, and now they'll send the chase on
it.
Trip it up, and he fumbles it! Spirit Lake picks it up! Spirit Lake's got it at the 40, to the 45, to the 50 almost. Who is that for the Indians?
I think that was Brett Teesfeld.
Teesfeld picks up the fumble recovery.
And great job by Owen Lalamandir, stretching out, just getting the ankles of DeJean, and it tripped him up. Well, DeJean had the ball out in front of him. When he hit the ground, the ball popped loose, and there was Teesfeld to get that fumble recovery.
Return to the Spirit Lake 48 with 2:36 to go until halftime. Offense, let's get something going here. 2-touchdown lead for OABCIG.
Take advantage of that turnover.
And there's a high snap. They're going to hand it off. I think that might be Ditzworth. Will crosses the 40, or to the 50, excuse me, to the 48.
No, it's Cornwall, it looks like.
It is Cornwall, okay. Give him a gain of 4 on the play to the 48-yard line of OABCIG. 2nd down and 6 coming up. Well, is that the momentum swing the Indians needed?
It'd be great to take advantage of that turnover, get a touchdown here before half.
They're going to fake a handoff. Now there's pressure, and Lunt just go down with it, and he'll lose 3 yards back to the 49.
He just got slammed right into the knees as he went down. Carson Quirk was there.
And he is
getting ready to tackle him, but as he got tackled by, I believe, Winterow, or Kohler, Trayton Kohler, Kohler swung him around, and he's back slammed right into.
Oh, now they're going to make him come out of the game?
Why? Well, they can do it. He got hit pretty hard. He got slammed in the back pretty hard. So they'll put
Cornwall at quarterback, and they'll bring in Ditzworth.
So they're going to do, they can do
Loss
that protocol.
Of 3 to the 49. All right, now it's 3rd and 9. So Cornwall will be at the quarterback position here. You have 3 timeouts if you're Spirit Lake. You could have used one here. It's 1:42.
But you'd still have to leave Lunt out.
Correct. Man in motion. It'll be Cornwall keeping it himself. And he'll get back 3, maybe 4. Ball at the 48-yard line of OABCIG. Give him 3. But this is easily a punting situation with 1:30 to go. And I believe you're going to see the Falcons use a timeout here. They will. Yeah. So we'll take a timeout as well. 1:30 to go until halftime. 12-0 OABCIG. Let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll have more high school football coming up on KUOO and Explore Live Video.
This is Cole Nickel, Commercial Line Sales Executive from Central Insure. We understand there's more to insurance than just your policy. It's about people and protecting what's most important. That's why we strive to offer you the most appropriate and cost-effective policies to fit your needs. From home, auto, life and health, to business insurance, our experienced and local agents are here to help you. Work with local people you trust. Call or stop by Central Insurance today. We're committed to protecting what matters most to you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any other federal government agency, not guaranteed by the bank, may go down in value.
4th down and 6 coming up. Spirit Lake trailing OABCIG 12-0 with 1:30 to go until halftime, and it's punting time as Caleb Ryder will come out here. The Falcons took the timeout to stop the clock. That is their last timeout of the half, though. So this is a situation where you hope Caleb Ryder can at least pin the Falcons back deep.
But Coach
are they going to send everybody now?
Coach Larry Allen wanted that just to preserve some time because, they have nobody back.
No, so
look for them to send the house on this one.
Send the house here.
Look for the block.
So get this off quick, son. And does. High punt. It'll get downfield. Only Spirit Lake players bite, and they'll down it at the 19-yard line. Nice job there by Stecker. So OABCIG gets the ball back with 1:22 to go until halftime. Thanks to Okoboji Motor Company, Bank Midwest, and the Eye Care Center for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Falcons up by 2 scores, 12-0. And they'll get it at their own 19-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they get here with 1:22. With their offense, it feels like you're only just a play away.
I was going to say, it depends on what they do in the first couple of series.
Fake a little toss there, and then DeJean will slide forward to the 24 to pick up 5. But he's inbounds.
Yeah, he's going to keep the clock running, but he doesn't care.
No.
Mark it at the 24. Give him a 4-yard gain on that.
And they ended up marking him at, it looks like at the 20, actually. So
no, 24.
The original line of scrimmage, excuse me, for the downs. Yeah, they're just going to be content to let this clock burn out here with 52 seconds to go.
And I think Coach Beloit will, too, at this point. He's not going to call a timeout on it.
Yep. Here's 2nd down and 5.
He wants to just get in and regroup.
And they will hand it off here. And Winter Road bulldozes his way forward to the 27, maybe 28-yard line. Give him 3, and it'll be 3rd down and 2.
Such a big kid. Griffin Dearson, 6'1", 217. But good job in there by Owen Dahlman Deer. Wraps him up and brings him down.
3rd and 2, and that's probably going to about do it here for the first half. Will the Falcons even snap it? I don't think they will.
They don't need to.
They will be content to go to halftime with a 12-0 lead. So we'll see if the Indians' offense and defense can figure things out here in the second half, down by double digits to OABCIG. Our halftime report is on the way. It's presented by Okoboji Motor Company, driven to serve better. 3-minute timeout. Our halftime show next on KUOO and Explore Live Video.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect, no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun. You can still want to win, but always be kind. Remember, that's a human.
Nothing you can say from the stands is going to change the call that they make on the field. No matter how hard you yell at them, they're going to stick with the call on the field. So it doesn't really help much. But what does help is encouraging your team when they're down, when the call doesn't go their way. Instead of yelling at the officials, try to help encourage your team and get them out of the funk that they're in, and try and get them in the right direction.
The spirit of competition finds a home in small-town communities where families rally together to support the work and determination of young athletes. As a family-owned business with a focus on our communities, Central Bank is proud to support high school athletics. Good luck to tonight's competitors. Have fun, play hard, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome to our halftime show. It's brought to you by Okoboji Motor Company, driven to serve better. And at halftime, it's OABCIG leading Spirit Lake 12-0. Let's recap how we got to this score here at halftime. The Falcons would get the football first and would go 3 and out. The Indians would respond with the 3 and outs. Falcons would then get a couple of first downs and then have to punt it away. Spirit Lake responds by punting it away. The next time around, OABCIG would get sacked back at their own 33-yard line, but then DeJean goes off for 13 on the next play. They mark it as a first down. A little questionable.
Yeah.
Either way, the next couple of plays, he scampers 45 yards and scores the first touchdown, 6-0. Indians are not able to do anything with the football after that. They go 3 and out again. The Falcons, then next time around, get down to the Indians' 38. It's a turnover on downs. That's followed by another turnover. It would be a Vince Hofling fumble recovery, which would give the Falcons the football back, and then Winterroad gets a 20-yard touchdown catch to put the Falcons up 12-0. I should say they went 3 and out. The Indians did that first time. The next time around, Hofling gets the fumble recovery. 2 plays later, the Indians get a fumble recovery by Braden Teesfeld. They return it to their own 48-yard line. You think maybe Spirit Lake's going to get something going? No, they don't. They have to punt it back to the OABCIG 19, and the Falcons run the clock out here, leading 12-0 at halftime. They had a missed extra point, and then the 2-point conversion was no good. So 12-0 OABCIG, and the stats, it's been a defensive battle here in the first half, but the Falcons have broken it a couple of times.
Yeah, and that's the big part of it right there. They've had a couple of them where they broke a couple of big plays. But, yeah, for the Spirit Lake Indians, not impressive on the offensive side at all. And even on defense, they did good, but they just couldn't contain DeJean on a couple of 3-4 plays, and that's what it takes. But Spirit Lake has 1 first down in the first half, 14 rushes for 15 yards, 2 pass attempts, 1 completion for -2 yards. So they got 13 yards of total offense. When was the last time we said that about a Spirit Lake squad going into the second half of a game?
Yeah, even against Sheldon when they were down, what was it, 7-0 or 10-0? 7-0, yeah.
Yep.
They had more than that then.
Yeah, OABCIG, 6 first downs in that first half. 4 of them rushing, 1 passing, 1 via the penalty. They had 20 carries for 116 yards. Now, granted, 45 of those came on the 1 play by DeJean, and then another 13. So you can almost look at, 50 yards. No, 50 plus, 60 yards. 60 of the 116 came on 2 plays. Passing-wise, DeJean, 17 passes, 7 completions, 48 yards, a big one on the touchdown pass to Winterroad, 164 yards of total offense for the Falcons. Falcons are led in rushing by Beckett DeJean, 12 carries, 95 yards. And we said that at the start of the game. how Beckett DeJean goes, that's how this team goes.
Yep.
And he's proven it tonight what he's worth. 95 yards on the ground, 48 yards through the air.
First time around, Clyde, he had 2 yards.
2 yards,
on the ground.
yep. Winter Rove's got 3 catches for 28 yards. Josh Peters 1 for 7 yards. Griffin Dearson 3 catches, 13 yards. Dearson has 8 carries for 21 yards to go along with it. That's the bulk of their carries right there. So, not a lot of guys that handle the ball for them, but they've been productive on everyone they do. And their defense is playing lights out.
Playing very, very good here through the first half as they lead 12-0 over Spirit Lake. And our live video tonight at ExploreKaboji.com, presented by Central Bank and Central Insure. Proud supporters of the Spirit Lake Indians, happy to bring you the video stream of tonight's playoff football matchup. Again, you can watch at ExploreKaboji.com under the Sports tab. If you got a Roku or a Fire Stick or an Apple TV, you can watch on the free CF Video app. It's the letters CF and Video, or at Explore Kaboji on YouTube as well. A reminder, every time an Indians player sacks the opposing team's quarterback, it's the McKean's Pub and Grill Sack Attack. Win a free cheeseburger basket from McKean's Pub and Grill in Spirit Lake. You can send them today at ExploreKaboji.com on the sports page.
I believe there's been a couple of them tonight already.
Yeah, there has been a couple of them, actually. Yep. So the defense has, in my opinion, done their part. DeJean's going to get his yards here and there.
Yeah, he's going to get them,
we'll
no
see
doubt.
what happens. But the Spirit Lake offense has got to get something going here in the second half, no doubt about it. Iowa High School Athletic Association needs your help to add registered sports officials this year. Officials are needed at all levels in all IHSAA-sanctioned sports. Officiating allows you to stay close to the action while serving as a community leader, and an Iowa high school and junior high games can't take place without them. Visit ihsaa.org/officials or highschoolofficials.com for more information, and help the IHSAA add one today. Halftime report is on the way after a 30-second timeout. That is next, and then we'll have our second half coming up. OABCIG leading Spirit Lake 12-0 on KUOO and Explore Live Video.
I love doing it. We go to all the state events. We work at all the state events. And, you wear your polo and people stop and talk to you. And it's just really great to connect with kids from other schools who are on the board, and then coaches, athletic directors who will see you at the events will stop and talk to you, and it's really neat.
You feel a bit of a weight and you're a voice for all athletes in the state of Iowa. It's cool.
I think it's really cool. I remember reading the email and I'm like, oh, this would be something really cool to look for. It'd be good to talk to people that I want to get to talk to around the state. I get to see other people's opinions, kids from 5A schools, kids from small schools. I think it'll just be a really good opportunity for me. IHSAA represents so much that it's really cool that they have 2 girls on the board to bring a girl's perspective, because I think it's really important to be very diverse and get different opinions.
It's halftime, and we are in the quarterfinals of the Iowa High School football playoffs. I'm Scott Nolte with your halftime report. Get you back to your second half in just a little bit. But let's take a look at some of the games happening tonight, and actually last night in 8-player for quarterfinals. Here's the final scores from last night. Remsen St. Mary's down Grettinger Terrell Ruth and Ayrshire 63-14. Lennox over Fremont Mills 32-8. New Fonda down Gladbrook Rhinebeck 46-36. And Waco Wayland over Montezuma 52-7. So the 8-player quarterfinals already done, and we know the semifinal matchups for 8-player will be played next Wednesday, November 9th. New Fonda will take on Waco Wayland at 1 o'clock, and then Lennox will take on Remsen St. Mary's next Wednesday at 4 o'clock. But tonight, quarterfinals in the rest of the classes, and we're going to start off in Class A. Hartley Melvin Sanborn at Woodbury Central. Woodbury Central 10-0, HMS 8-2, and that game is currently on Q102. Also, North Lynn at West Hancock, East Buchanan at Grundy Center, AHSTW Avoca at Linville Sully. Class 1A quarterfinals tonight, Western Christian at West Sioux, MFL Marmac at West Branch, Sigourney Keota at Van Meter, Pella Christian at Underwood. In Class 2A, Spirit Lake 10-0, taking on OABCIG 9-1. That's on KUOO and also Explore Live Video. Also in 2A, West Lyon at Central Lyon George Little Rock, Crestwood Cresco at Dubuque Wahlert, Centerville at Williamsburg. 3A quarterfinals, Nevada at Harlan, Solon at Mount Vernon, Humboldt hosting Independence, North Polk at ADM. Class 4A quarterfinals, Indianola at Cedar Rapids Xavier, North Scott at Waverly Shellrock, Glenwood at Lewis Central, Iowa City Liberty is home to Carlisle. And the 5A quarterfinals, Waukee Northwest taking on West Des Moines Dowling Catholic, Cedar Rapids Prairie at Southeast Polk, Johnston at Ankeny, West Des Moines Valley at Cedar Falls. That's the quarterfinal round of the Iowa High School football playoffs. After all the games are done, make sure you tune in to the Iowa High School Scoreboard Show, scores and highlights from across the state, starting at 10 o'clock on KUOO. In Minnesota tonight, Jackson County Central takes on Pipestone. That game is on KKOJ, with the winner advancing to state next week. On Thursday night, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union wrapped up the fall volleyball season with the championship matches in Coralville. Your Class 1A champion is Ankeny Christian. They down Gladbrook Rhinebeck 3-2. In Class 2A, Western Christian comes from behind and defeats Dike New Hartford 3-2. In the fifth set, Dike New Hartford was up 14-10. Western Christian would rattle off 6 straight points, win 16-14, and win the matchup 3-2. In Class 3A, the champion is Davenport Assumption. They down Sioux Center 3-0. Your 4A volleyball champion, Cedar Rapids Xavier over Clear Creek Amana 3-1. And your 5A champion, Iowa City Liberty over Pleasant Valley 3-1. That's the state volleyball championships that wrapped up last night. Coming up tomorrow in fall sports, girls swimming. The regional meet will be held in Fort Dodge. That is a 12 o'clock start. And then next weekend would be the state meet in Marshalltown. Let's talk about college football going on tomorrow. Dubuque will be at Loras. Central will be home to Luther. Simpson travels to Wartburg. Co at Nebraska Wesleyan. That's college football in the American Rivers Conference. In the Great Plains Athletic Conference, the GPAC, number 15 Midland at number 3 Northwestern. Mount Marty at Dakota Wesleyan. Doane visits number 1 Morningside. Briar Cliff is home to Concordia. Hastings at Dordt. Taking a look at Division I college football in the Big Ten tomorrow. A full slate, including Iowa at Purdue. You can listen to it on KUOO, the pregame at 9 a.m., the kickoff at 11 a.m. Minnesota will travel to Nebraska. Wisconsin will be home to Maryland. A full slate of games in the Big 12 tomorrow, including Iowa State home to West Virginia. That will be a 2:30 kickoff. Northern Iowa is home to South Dakota State tomorrow afternoon, kicking off in the Unidome at 4 o'clock. And this Saturday, Drake has the weekend off. World Series is going on, and last night Houston beat Philadelphia 3-2. Houston leads the series 3-2, and Game 6 will be tomorrow night in Houston. The Astros have a chance to wrap up the World Series. Tomorrow night's first pitch just after 7 o'clock on Fox. Last night in the NFL, Philadelphia down Houston 29-17. They remain perfect with a record of 8-0. This Sunday, Green Bay will be at Detroit. Tennessee will be at Kansas City. Minnesota will be at Washington on Sunday. You can listen to that broadcast on Extreme Country 105.7, the pregame at 11, and the kickoff at noon. That's your halftime report for this quarterfinal round of the Iowa High School football playoffs. I'm Scott Nolte on this Friday, and back to your second half right after this.
Hi, this is Cole Nickel, Commercial Line Sales Executive from Central Insure. We understand there's more to insurance than just your policy. It's about people and protecting what's most important. That's why we strive to offer you the most appropriate and cost-effective policies to fit your needs. From home, auto, life and health, to business insurance, our experienced and local agents are here to help you. Central Insure is proud to support high school athletics. Good luck to local athletes.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any other federal government agency, not guaranteed by the bank, may go down in value.
Back at Hafer Field in Spirit Lake, getting set for the start of the third quarter with Spirit Lake and OABCIG. And the Falcons lead the Indians 12-0. Not been a lot of offense for Spirit Lake. Falcons have had not maybe outstanding offense, but they're getting it done. They got 12. They got 12 points on the board.
Yeah, they got Beckett DeJean when they needed him, picking up some big yardage on a fake punt, and a big run. 2 plays after that, finding it through the air, one pass to Winterobe for a 20-yard touchdown, and then keeping drives alive with his feet.
Yeah.
You know, he's so crafty out there doing that, and that's that's what you got to stop. And if you don't do that, you're going to get the results of 12-0 the Falcons leading the Indians here.
With Clyde Erke, I'm Jason Jacobs. Thanks to Michael Petska back at KUOO Mission Control, keeping us on the air. And thanks to Matthew Grisham, our Explorer Kaboji live video producer tonight. And the live video broadcast exclusively presented tonight by Central Bank and Central Insure, proud supporters of the Spirit Lake Indians. Happy to bring you the video stream of tonight's game. They've sponsored all of the playoff video games, or video streams, I should say, and they've been a great supporter on that front. We appreciate that. That's not that doesn't just happen, okay? In the playoffs, that's a special fee, and they have made that a reality for us. So we appreciate that. We appreciate you watching or listening wherever you may be this evening.
How about all the great sponsors we've had throughout the years?
Oh, just outstanding.
Just a great job there. This community is so supportive of their football team and all their sports that they have.
We have a couple halftime scores. Central and George Little Rock leads West Lyon 27-0, and West Sioux leads Western Christian 28-7. We'll hopefully get an HMS and Woodbury Central score from Q102 here in just a bit.
Jake Cornwall, Drew Elder will go back for this second half kickoff. Spirit Lake will receive the kick here in the second half. They did win the toss at the start of the game, deferred.
And I believe Kohler is the kicker, yes, for the Falcons.
I think they can come up a little bit. I have not seen much out of their kicking or their special team squad.
Not yet, anyway. Also, with a 2-touchdown lead.
Yeah, they haven't really
do they get
had
a little
to.
Tricky here? So this
we
is
hope not. Yeah, you got to watch for that.
One of those you got to be paying attention.
Yeah, they might want to put the dagger in them right away and try and do that. Bryson Kohler, sophomore.
And there is that little pooch kick into no man's land. Got to pick it up, and we do. Picking it up for Spirit Lake was Ham. Oh, and then they kind of fall forward.
Yeah, he gained about 2 or 3 more extra yards.
All right. Well, good job by Ham for the Indians. Halftime on halftime on Q102. Good game. Woodbury Central 19, HMS 18.
Okay.
Good luck, Hawks.
Keep it going, Hurley Melvin Sanborn.
Love to see my alma mater. They have gotten to this game, I think, 5 times now, but have not been able to get to the Unidome, and it would be wonderful to see that happen for them.
Mark it right at the 40-yard line here.
Okay, a good field position here, Clyde, and has the wind at their back. 11:55 to go here in the third quarter, trailing by 2 scores, 12-0. Indians offense.
Wallene is back
officials
out there, by the way.
Chit-chatting on the far side of the field.
Yeah, the head officials over there is the side judge. I don't know why. That's the side judge that told the line markers to move before they should have in that first half.
So here's 1st and 10. And it looks like Cade Lunt's in the shotgun by himself. They send a man in motion and then cutting it back up to the middle, and it'll be virtually no gain. I think that was Alger.
Yeah,
no, check that. It was Cornwall.
Cornwall. Trayton Kohler, great job hugging that end, crashing down and give him no gain on that.
It'll be 2nd down and 10. And
offensive line trying to find something to open up a couple of holes here. Haven't been able to do it at this point yet.
They'll go with 4 receivers to the far side of the field. Lunt will throw a little screen pass, and shaking the defender and making the play is Carson Quirk. And that, I think it's a loss.
No doubt. About a 2-yard loss on that little screen, wide receiver screen. Cade Lunt bobbled the snap a little bit, got the ball out to, I believe it was Hassel or Cornwall, and he lost 2 yards.
3rd and 11. 4 receivers. And they fake the handoff. Now they'll toss it downfield. Oh, it'll go through the hand of one defender to the hands of Voss, but he's going to be short of the first down. He'll get to the 46, but they only got 7. They needed 11.
Yep.
And the punt unit is on for Spirit Lake to at least hopefully win a field position battle here early third quarter.
See if Ryder can blast it down here into the coffin corner again.
One of the guys back is Josh Peters and also Winter Road for the Falcons. And here comes the kick.
Big
good looking
kick.
Punt inside the 5. It'll go into the end zone.
Big booming kick on that one. Wow.
Got a good leg on him, no doubt about it.
Yep.
10-18 to go. He's done a good job tonight. Falcons will start at their own 20-yard line, up 12-0 on Spirit Lake. So the defense will be called upon again here for Spirit Lake, but they were at least able to get a little breather there at halftime. It's now 35-0. Central Lyon leading West Lyon in the third quarter. Wow.
And that West Lyon's no slouch of a team.
No, they are not. Here's a handoff, and a good hole there for whoever that was for the Falcons.
I think that's Ladwig, number 9.
Number 9, yes.
Yeah, good hole off the left side between center and left guard. Found a little spot there and exploited it for about 6-yard gain.
Kelton Ladwig with a nice run on first down. Ball at the 26. And not going to be a lot that time around.
Going to lose a couple, I think, on that one. Stopped him at the 25. Good hit right in there initially. I think that was Evan Beck is playing a nose tackle now.
And Ladwig
and
loses
he came up
the yard there.
At the bottom of the pile along with 51, who is Gabe Pullman.
Gabe Pullman, yeah. 3rd and 5. Indians could use a stop here. 3 receivers to the right. Make that 4 as they send Ladwig in motion, and DeJean will fake a little handoff. Now he's going to try to run up the middle. He's going to be shy of the first down.
No.
He needed the 30. He's at about the 29.
Okay, they're going to mark, where the knee hit, not where the ball landed.
He does a good job of trying to reach out, but he was down in, who's the injured Indian?
He just threw his helmet off. He is in excruciating pain.
Yikes. All right, timeout on the field for an injury. 12-0 OABCIG, 8:55 to go. Third quarter, we are back in 30 seconds on KUOO and Explore Live Video.
Banking isn't just financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Hi, this is Cindy Mark, Mortgage Loan Officer at Central Bank. Exceptional service is at the core of who we are. We are a family-owned business, and decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since we were chartered in 1877, our main focus remains the same, to be the best bank in every community we serve. At Central Bank, we make it happen. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We still have an injured player down for Spirit Lake here at the 27, 28-yard line. 12-0 OABCIG if you're just joining us and they're working on that injured player.
We have not been able to identify yet, so we can't speculate one bit here.
Nope. We do want to give you a score update, though. Across the border, Jackson County Central leads Pipestone 14-7 at halftime there, and we do have a halftime update from Q102 with HMS trailing Woodbury Central 19-18 there.
Okay.
But 12-0 here, OABCIG leads Spirit Lake. We're going to send it back to another timeout. Let's do another 1-minute break here. We are in an injury timeout in Class 2A quarterfinal playoff football on KUOO.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect, no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, you know, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better and when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun. You can still want to win, but always be kind. Remember, that's a human.
Nothing you can say from the stands is going to change the call that they make on the field. No matter how hard you yell at them, they're going to stick with the call on the field. So it doesn't really help much, but what does help is encouraging your team when they're down, when the call doesn't go their way. Instead of yelling at the officials, try to help encourage your team and get them out of the funk that they're in and try and get them in the right direction.
OABCIG leads Spirit Lake. We have 8:55 to go in the third quarter of this one, and we have an injury timeout on the field, and we have an injured Spirit Lake player. We want to do our upcoming sports schedule while we await to find out for sure who that is. And later tonight, it's the Iowa High School Scoreboard Show here in KUOO, 10 to 11:30. As again, we are in the quarterfinal round. It's the final night of the Iowa High School Scoreboard Show of the season.
I think I know who it is. We speculated.
Yeah, we're
and now
pretty sure we know who it is.
They've just called the parents, and the parents are going down now. It's Braden Teesfeld.
So hopefully it's not going to be. Hopefully they're just being really cautious, and it's nothing too serious for Braden. Tomorrow here on KUOO, Iowa at Purdue. Pregame at 9, kickoff at 11. And Sunday, the Vikings are at the Washington Commanders on Extreme Country 105.7. Pregame at 11, kickoff at noon. Yeah, and just based on kind of who we see in the defensive huddle, it would also make sense that it is Braden Teesfeld, who's the injured Spirit Lake player here.
And they, like I say,
about a third of the way into the third quarter.
Just called his parents down. I mean, Rachel Fisher, the AD, came up to the stands here looking for him, and they're heading down with her now. They'll be heading out there. Still out there on about the 28-yard line. He was right in the middle of that fracas making that stop. Fourth down right now for the Falcons.
It'll be fourth and not even really one, so it'll be interesting to see what the Falcons do here. They're deep in their own territory. They're up 12-0, Clyde. Do you take a little bit of a risk here? I think you do.
And he's their punter, and he's such a good scrambler. He can pick up that yard pretty easy. Even if he lines up a little bit deeper and sees the big rush coming, he could just do a quick squid kick out of there. So we'll see what happens. But
they're still working on the injured Spirit Lake player, and so we're going to go ahead and take another timeout here. It's 12-0 OABCIG. We'll be back in a minute on KUOO and Explore Kaboji live video. Back at Haferfield and Spirit Lake, and they are going to attend to, we believe it's Braden Teesfeld, the injured player for Spirit Lake, and they'll help get him off the field. They just got the side-by-side out there to get him off the field. Good opportunity for us to thank the Iowa High School Athletic Association. They encourage all Iowa students to take part in their junior high or high school activities and athletic offerings Research shows students who participate in school clubs, fine arts, extracurriculars, and sports are physically healthier and more likely to volunteer in their community, go to college, vote in elections, and more importantly, get better grades than students who do not participate during every year of school. Get involved in your school today. And so now the Spirit Lake players will make sure that Braden knows he's thought of and appreciated. I like that. So they'll work on getting him to our local hospital, and then that's another loss there, Clyde, as I see Jake Wallin is here on the sideline as well in a brace.
He's hobbling a little bit. Bodie Higgins out there.
I did not see him out there on offense that first possession either. So injuries are kind of taking their toll a little bit here in this one.
They got Braden into the back of the buggy, and they'll get him over to the end. I'm sure they got the ambulance on the way. But they're holding it looks like the right leg. That's heavily wrapped right now.
Yeah, and I hope he will be okay. So it's going to be 4th and short. OABCIG leads Spirit Lake 12-0. The Falcons will have 4th and about 1 from their about 29.5 yard line.
And it also that little break, you see your teammate out there hurt, it just kind of deflates a little bit in that regards too. They got to pick it up right here and stop them on this 4th down. And when you have Beckett DeJean, they're going to line it up like it's a regular offense.
Oh, I think they're going to go for it.
I think they're definitely going to go for it.
Up
by 12-0. Their defense has been holding all night, even if they turn it over on downs.
Yeah, they got to feel great about the way their defense has been playing. So here we go. Here's 4th and 1 for the Falcons. 8:55 to go third quarter. They lead 12-0. DeJean in the shotgun. And maybe we'll just try to get him to jump. No, they are going to toss it out for a screen play. That should be enough for a first down and then more. And staying on his feet is the OABCIG player. Now he's getting away.
That's Winterode by there.
And Winterode gets away from another defender, and he is going to race into the end zone, and that's going to be a Falcons touchdown.
Oh, that one hurts right there, JJ. A little outside receiver screen, had the block for him. He got that block, got the first down, and then raced across the field, went all the way across the field to the opposite corner for the long 71-yard touchdown.
71 yards with 8:34 to go in the third quarter, and now it's not looking so good.
That one hurts right there.
It makes it 18-0 Falcons, and they'll attempt an extra point here with Kelton Ladwig.
Sorry, but that's that deflation thing I just talked about. You just take a little energy out of your squad thinking about your teammate out there.
So the snap is on the way. Here's the hold. The kick that time around looked good, and it was.
By who was that now?
Ladwig.
Okay.
So 19-0 OABCIG. And again, 8:34 to go here in the third quarter. So still a lot of time, but the offense is going to have to show a lot of life.
They got to find something.
Our broadcast tonight, thanks to all sorts of great sponsors. They include Snappers Turtle Bay Cafe, Drip Okoboji, and Spirit Lake Community Schools. Let's take a 30-second timeout. More coming up on KUOO and Explore Live Video.
This is Cole Nickel, Commercial Line Sales Executive from Central Insure. We understand there's more to insurance than just your policy. It's about people and protecting what's most important. That's why we strive to offer you the most appropriate and cost-effective policies to fit your needs. From home, auto, life and health, to business insurance, our experienced and local agents are here to help you. Central Insure is proud to support high school athletics. Good luck to local athletes.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any other federal government agency, not guaranteed by the bank, may go down in value.
We welcome you back to Hafer Field in Spirit Lake. OABCIG leading Spirit Lake 19-0. 8:34 to go here. And there's an onside kick. Why not try to go for everything? But I think,
they got it.
And
they got it.
Oh, man.
They just want to put the dagger in right now. And that's, they knew, I mean, like I said, the deflation was there. Spirit Lake's defense has just got to pick it up now.
So the Falcons with the onside kick get the ball back, already up 3 scores. And, now it really feels deflated. 8:32 to go in the quarter. I mean, there's still a lot of time in this game.
A lot of time.
But now the Falcons get the ball at the Spirit Lake 43-yard line. Up 3 scores, and the Indians are going to have to rely on the defense again. And it looked like a little motion there, and I think that's going to back him up a few yards there.
I think that's the second penalty tonight on OABCIG.
So that'll back him up to the 48, and it'll be 1st and 15. Broadcast tonight thanks to Okoboji View and Pub 19, Interior Sewing by Lisa, and Lakes Regional Healthcare.
Yeah, that's their second penalty tonight. That first one, that chop block back in that first quarter. But other than that, they've been pretty clean. They played a great ball game so far.
1st and 15. DeJean will try to roll away. Gets towards the sideline. Now wants to cut it back towards the middle. And he'll be tripped up, and then he'll be tackled at around the 43-yard line. So he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage after he ran about 15 extra yards.
Exactly.
Man. So he'll pick up 5 to the 40. Well, I'll mark him at the 42.
Yep.
Actually, he gets 6. 2nd and 9 coming up.
So elusive. He rolled out that time like he was going to pass, then tucked it, and then brought it back up like he's going to pass again, and then tucked it and ran. So he's so good at it.
So here's 2nd and 9.
There's
pressure, and will he get away this time around? He'll just throw it downfield. He'll be incomplete.
They had all of his ankles when he was throwing it on that one, but he just threw that one away. Good defense.
3rd down and 9 coming up. And again, I feel like maybe OABCIG, as long as they're on the other side of the 50, I think it's going to be a four down territory the rest of the game.
I totally agree, because their punting
got all the momentum.
And their punting hasn't showed much tonight. Why not go for it? You're up 19-0. You're up 3 scores. I see they're loading up Braden Teesfeld in a personal vehicle now, though.
Okay.
Get him out to the hospital.
So here we go. 3rd down and 9. 4 receivers here for DeJean. Got a man in motion in Winter Road. And they're going to hand off to Dearson. And Dearson will get down to the 40, maybe even 39. So that'll make it 4th down and 6.
And I think that's all he wanted to do, is get it to where it's going to be that really manageable. You can do just about anything with it. He had about the 39.5-yard line.
And I think, they could do a quick kick here if they wanted to, but they're going to line up like they're going to go for it here.
But they're just saying, but that's just it. He can still do a quick kick. It's so open.
He's
for
going to
him.
throw, and he'll try to throw it downfield. Has a man caught. Yes, inside the 10. That is number 44, Trayton Kohler.
What a catch!
Well, OABCIG. Now I think Kohler's hurt. Down at the 7. Gain of 32 on the throw, but he came down hard. It's colder tonight than a lot of these players are used to, and he is injured as well. So we've had lots of injuries in this one here tonight. 19-0, Falcons lead the Indians. 7:07 to go in the 3rd quarter. Let's take a 30-second timeout. More high school football coming up on KUOO and Explore Live Video.
Looking for fun social opportunities, financial benefits, and the opportunity to travel the world? This is Tammy Browning, Executive Director of Central Bank's Emerald Club, where we match up products, services, and expertise to create an engaging and social community for customers age 50 and up. We currently have trips scheduled to Omaha, the Canadian Maritimes, Nashville, Ireland, and a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Australia and New Zealand. Stop into Central Bank in Spirit Lake to learn more about the Emerald Club, where experience in banking meets experience in life. Member FDIC.
Going.
Well, 19-0 OABCIG. 7:07 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and OABCIG is down to the Spirit Lake 7 after a throw of 32 yards. But
what a great catch too by Kohler.
Great catch, but he paid for it coming down with that.
He's being helped off right now.
He's walking on his own accord, which is good to see.
But I have a feeling
he might not be seeing the field for a little while yet.
He
might
be
a little out of it.
If at all. I wonder if he banged his head after he caught that. Because he had to go up in the air, his back to the, obviously to the ground, catch the ball. And when he came down, I think he slammed down pretty hard.
So it'll be 1st and goal Falcons from the Indians 7.
Look for a dose of Beckett DeJean here.
And they'll
Here's
go
Dearson.
Dearson. He'll bump it to the outside, and the Indians will tackle him after he gets inside the 5 down to about the 2, maybe even the 1.
Well,
I'll mark him at the 1, it looks like.
There again, he was hit in the backfield for a loss, bounced off of that, and then rumbled to the outside.
Well, I think he's been a big part of this tonight.
And just
I really do.
Kept the legs turning, and they weren't able to bring him down until he got down to the 1.
2nd and goal from the 1. Now it's DeJean. Yeah, he's tripped up, and he'll maybe get the line of scrimmage, but he won't get in.
Are they going to give him the knee spot or where the ball spotted? They're going to mark it about the 1, about the line of scrimmage. No gain on that.
So 3rd and goal. And it's really from about maybe the 1.5
1.5,
now.
yeah. So he might have lost a half a yard.
Well, let's see if this defense can come up with a big stop. They need it here, down 19-0.
We've seen him do goal line stances from 4, with 4 plays from a yard out before.
DeJean has 2 guys, Ladwig and Dearson, in the backfield with him. And he'll look to throw to the end zone, and that'll be broken up.
Great play.
Outstanding defense. They wanted to go to, I believe that was Peters. Broken up by, I think it was it Stecker, or was it?
Stecker. No, it was Stecker, number 5.
It was Stecker. So
yeah,
incomplete.
Great job, Dylan Stecker, on that one.
4th and goal from the 1.
Played him man-to-man. It was a quick slant. The receiver goes 2 yards, breaks it into the end zone, and Stecker's right there and got his long arms in there and batted that one down. Great play by Steckers.
So it'll be 4th and goal from the 1 for OABCIG, up 19-0.
A stop, maybe that's giving them a little spark. Who knows?
Still 5:46 to go in the quarter.
Yep. In the 3rd quarter.
Now we got to have timeout called. Coach Larry Allen does not like what he saw there. We'll take a timeout with him. 4th and goal for the Falcons from the Spirit Lake 1.5 yard line. And we'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll have that 4th down play next on KUOO.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
OABCIG leads Spirit Lake. They want to make it more here on 4th and goal from the 1. We'll see what they do here out of the timeout. Our broadcast thanks to Central Bank and Insurance, CMB Operations, Jurdy Collision Center, and MHR Insurance. We thank them all. OABCIG, 4th and goal from the Spirit Lake 1. Can the defense come up with another play here? Here we go. DeJean will take it himself. Can he get it away from the defenders? No, he's tackled for a loss.
Yeah,
back at the 7.
Yes.
Wow.
That's a huge defensive stand. That's a huge defensive stand, and a loss of 6 on that.
Turnover on downs. Part of me says if you think you can have any chance at a field goal there, don't you kick a field goal to go up 22-0?
Yeah, but I don't think they really have the kicker for it.
And I don't know if they really feel like they're in that big of a situation. But Spirit Lake will get the ball at their own 7. Can the offense get something going here? Oh, they dropped the football and tackled way back for a loss at the 1 is going to be Cade Lunt.
Ouch.
Maybe got to the 2. The snaps have been a little off tonight in the cold.
Yep.
They'll mark him back at the 3, so a loss of 4. Yikes. So it'll be 2nd down. Well, I think he lost 5 on that. I mean, he looks to be back at the 2.
Yeah, he was at the 7 when it started, and they got it right at the 3. So, 4-yard loss.
2nd and long. They'll look to throw it from the end zone. And downfield and almost intercepted
by DeJean.
Little miscommunication there between Caden Hassel and Cade Lunt. So it'll be 3rd and long coming up. Still 4:55 to go here in this one, but 19-0 Falcons. Let's see if the Indians can convert on third and long.
They need to get the first down.
They only got about 2 first downs in the game, it feels
just one.
like.
Just one is all they've got.
And they're going to look to throw. Got to get rid of it. And I think he maybe got out of the end zone. Yes. They'll say he's out of end zone at the 1. But he's going to lose 2 more. And Spirit Lake's going to have to punt from their own end zone.
Boy, is that defensive rush for the Falcons just been on fire tonight.
Just incredible. Yeah, you got to give OABCIG a lot of credit. They came to play tonight. I mean, they were just kind of not even in the ball game, really, the last time around. They scored some late touchdowns, second-half touchdowns, but they really were never in the game. And here's the punt. And that one will bounce at the Spirit Lake 35 to the 40 to the 45 to the 47. That's where it's taken by Winter Road.
Hold.
And
there we go.
They'll throw the little flag there, and that'll back things up a little bit. Will still be good field position for the Falcons.
I mean, it's a spot foul. They're going to move them back 10 from there, so it's going to put it on OABCI. On the Falcons, OABCIG is going to have to move back 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
So the penalty will push things back. And we still have 4:05 to go here in the third quarter. Now I would say you're going to see the Falcons get fairly conservative offensively. And so they do call a hold against the Falcons.
And it's a spot foul. I don't see. They got to get a football out there now.
They're working on that. Guy on the far sideline has it. So there we go. And that'll mark it at the Falcons' 45-yard line. So 1st and 10 for DeJean and the Falcons. They'll have 3 receivers this time around. Dearson in the backfield. They'll hand off Dearson. And he'll break through the line and cross the 50 to the 49, 48-yard line. Real good run there on 1st down.
Waited for a hole to open up on the right side between the guard and the tackle that time. Found that little spot, hit it hard, and picked up a good 7 yards.
2nd and 3 on the way. Like I said, I'd be surprised if we don't see a heavy amount of Griffin Dearson here.
Yeah, Dearson and DeJean both. They'll do a lot of running, stay in between the lines.
Now it's DeJean, and he'll be tackled for a loss at the 50, and there's a hold in there as well. Now you got a decision if you're Spirit Lake. He stopped for a loss.
He's at the 50.
Back at the 50. He's lost 2 yards.
We'll see what happens, what they do here. But if
are
the
they
spot foul, look at where the flag is at.
The spot foul's at the OABCIG 49. Maybe you take the field
They'll go 10 yards
position.
back from there. Yeah. So make it 2nd and long. It'll put it about 2nd and 12 maybe, 2nd and 14. Spot foul from the 49. It's going to back them up to their own 39.
And that is where the Falcons will line up.
So really that's a 11. That's a 13-yard penalty.
Yep, and it'll make it 2nd and not quite 20. Well, let's see what the Indians' defense can do here. DeJean's going to look to throw here. He'll try to throw it down deep. And they got it to him.
No.
Oh, it's dropped. It's broken up.
Right through his
Good
hands.
job at the last second there by Joey Andres. As he breaks that play up. Whew. Another scary good throw.
Yeah, that was almost there. Winroad had it. He came back for it. Andres kept running, and the receiver, Winroad, came back for it a little bit. But Andres did a good job of repositioning himself and getting the arm in there just as the ball hit.
3rd and long. DeJean will look to throw again. Now the pocket starts to collapse. He'll toss it downfield. And
He
caught by number 44, Kohler.
Wow, how did he catch
made some
that?
big catches
And
downfield.
great coverage. He was right there the minute the ball got in. He hit at it. Andres
At the
did.
Indians'
But
38. Well, the Spirit Lake defense has not been able to get the pressure on DeJean this time around that they did the first time around. I think he was sacked about 7 or 8 times the first time they played. And that's going to be, let's see, 12 and 11 is 23 on the pickup there. 1st and 10 Falcons.
Yeah, either way, it extends the play.
Yep, and 2:45 to go now in the third quarter. And there's Dearson, and he'll drag the defender with him back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit more than that. Pretty good defense there.
Evan back.
By Evan. So mark him for no gain at the 38. It'll be 2nd and 10. I'm a little surprised the Falcons were even throwing it, to be honest with you, on the drive.
And they've been throwing it deep. Couple of times
3
deep.
scores like that.
Well, they want to dagger it. They want to put it.
I realize that, but I mean,
they know there's a whole quarter of football.
Your defense has been playing burn some clock. All right, they're going to hand it off, and they'll try to do that here. Ooh, ball looked almost to come out. Now that he did hang on to it. Dearson did.
It did come out, but it bounced right back to him. It looked like
Dearson will get down to the 30. Looks like 31-yard line, 32 maybe. Mark him at the 32. Gain of 6. 3rd down and 3. Dearson will get a breather. They'll bring Ladwing into the ball game. Obviously a 4-down situation here for DeJean and company.
He's letting the clock run down here now. Play clock is down to about 5 seconds.
DeJean will keep it himself, and big hole at the middle. He'll squirt through, and he'll just slide down at around the 15, 16, 17-yard line. Picks up 15, and it'll be a 1st down. And an injured Falcon on the play. That was one of their linemen, Luke Swanger, who will get up, and he's going to have to go to the sideline.
They'll mark it at the, 17-yard line, it looks like. So that 15-yard gain, just enough to get him that 1st down, keep this series going.
Things got to running clock in Rock Rapids tonight, and the Lions of Central Lyon George Little Rock are on to state with a 42-7 win over their rival West Lyon.
That's tough, beating West Lyon that big.
Yes. Here we go, 1st and 10. And they're going to toss it out here, and can they stop him for loss? Will he get to the sideline? I didn't see who the player was there for OABCIG.
22. Yeah, that's Josh Peters.
Okay.
He tried staying in bounds, but he did slide out. He's going to stop the clock over. No, the clock's still going. They said he went down in bounds. So good job by Peters of sliding in bounds there. You mark it down at the...
He lost a yard back to the 18.
18, yeah, lost a yard.
A lot of running there, but loses a yard. Now 25 seconds to go, 3rd quarter.
But he did go down and kept the clock running. So
that was the most important thing if you're a Falcons fan.
They do have to snap it one more time here this quarter. Play clock is down to 10.
So here comes the snap. DeJean will fake the handoff. He'll avoid a defender, and he's dancing around. Now he just throws up in the air, and that's really dangerous. Out of bounds.
He knew he had the arm strength. He could just throw it out in the out of bounds. So
wow. So 2 seconds on the clock as it goes out of bounds, and
as he got
they will have to snap it again here.
As he got spun around, he saw that he had Kohler over there, so he knew there was a player in the vicinity, and he has a strong enough arm. He just let it rip, and it hit halfway out into the track, about lane 5 out there.
So it'll be 3rd down and 11. 2 seconds to go. This will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. It has been a long football game here tonight. Injuries and things like that, and they're going to hand off here on the final play of the quarter, and Dearson stays on his feet, and he's going to be shy of the 1st down. He's down to the 10.
Yeah, going to be shy about a yard, it looks like.
That is the end of the 3rd quarter. Give him a gain of 8. It'll be 4th and 3 when we come back. 19-0 OABCIG, 4th quarter in a minute on KUOO.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect, no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better and when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun. You can still want to win, but always be kind. Remember, that's a human.
Nothing you can say from the stands is going to change the call that they make on the field. No matter how hard you yell at them, they're going to stick with the call on the field. So it doesn't really help much. But what does help is encouraging your team when they're down, when the call doesn't go their way. Instead of yelling at the officials, try and help encourage your team and get them out of the funk that they're in, and try and get them in the right direction.
We go to the fourth quarter with OABCIG leading Spirit Lake 19-0. Falcons will have 4th and 2 from the 10. From the Indians' 10, that is. Trying to go up by 4 scores here. But right now they just need 2 yards to keep the drive alive and keep burning clock. And DeJean will roll to his left. They're going to throw on 4th and 2.
Well, or run option.
DeJean is going to be in trouble. Now he'll throw it back downfield, and he throws an interception in the end zone.
Yep.
Who caught the interception in the end zone? I don't understand that play.
That one.
The interception is Dylan Stecker.
Okay, why don't you just throw that one completely out of bounds?
Why don't you run the ball?
I don't understand that
I don't get that either. But Dylan Stecker, give him credit, interception in the end zone, and the Indians will get the ball at their own 20-yard line with 11:50 to go here in the ball game. But can the Indians' offense find any life? That's
they haven't.
That's
at
the
this
real
point
question.
Yet.
So Spirit Lake at their own 20-yard line needs to get something going here. Down 19-0. Indians will have 1st and 10 here.
I don't know when it was.
Alger to the right.
The last time that Spirit Lake, they're 12 yards of total offense right now.
And they will fake a handoff. Now they will hand it off, and there's not going to be any running room there. The OABCIG guys up the middle have just been really dominant tonight.
Yeah.
Back to the 18-yard line, and that was, I think, Cornwall.
Yep. And Bodie, granted, Bodie Higgins in there, I don't think it would have made a difference.
No, I don't think so either.
It's the defensive line for OABCIG that is just dominating right now.
Yeah, not like Cornwall's a bad runner.
No, he's a good runner.
He's a design keeper for Cornwall, and he'll cross the 25 to the 27. So got quite a bit of it back there on 2nd down. Mark it just beyond the 27-yard line, and a pickup of 9.
9 on that one.
And that makes it 3rd down and 3. What do we got here now? Timeout by OABCIG. They had to get a guy to the sidelines.
Yep, they had too many guys on the field. And
so they got to call a timeout. So they have now, I believe, used 2 timeouts here in the second half.
Yep.
Of course, they're up 19-0 early in the fourth quarter. Let's take a 30-second break. If we can, we will have more high school football coming up on KUOO and Explore Kaboji live video. Cornwall's going to move the chains for Spirit Lake here to start the fourth quarter as he gets up to the 33-yard line and a gain of 6,
yep,
Clyde.
That's what he needed. That's the second first down of the game. First one of this half for the Spirit Lake Indians.
They'll send the man in motion. That's Lala Mandir. Cornwall will roll to his right. Looks downfield. He's going to throw downfield. That'll be incomplete.
Head guy open.
They were looking for Alger downfield. Overthrew him just maybe a hair.
Had him open, but just strong-armed it a little bit too much.
So incomplete, and 2nd and 10 on the way. Our broadcast tonight, thanks to the Northwest Iowa Bone Joint and Sports Surgeons. Also thanks to the venue, Lakes Regional Healthcare, Central Bank and Insurance, Okoboji Motor Company, and the Eye Care Center. 19-0. Falcons lead the Indians with 10:39 to go in the ball game. And here's 2nd and 10. Oh, and the ball snapped over Cornwall's head. He's just got to pick it up here, and he'll be tackled for a loss. Way back inside the 20. Looks like are they going to give him forward progress to the 21? To the 20. So a loss of 13. Oh, man.
And that one, it looked like the snap came back like a punt.
We have an update from Q102 after 3. Hartley Melvin Sanborn 24.
Right.
Woodbury Central 19. Go Hawks.
Yep.
Go Hawks. Break the streak.
Go Hawks. Spirit Lake.
3rd and 23. Yeah, it's not looking good here for Spirit Lake with 10 to go anyway.
Nope.
Down 3 scores. Here we go. 3rd and long. Cornwall rolls to his right. Now he's just going to keep it on the ground. He'll stay on his feet. Gets past the 30 to about the 31. So he's going to get about 11 of that back. Spirit Lake will send the punting unit on here, it looks like.
Yeah, you have to. You don't want
to go.
You don't want to turn it over down here.
Now we're going to have an injury timeout here for OABCIG.
No, I think that's Spirit Lake.
Oh, it is a Spirit Lake player, excuse me. And is that Cornwall?
I think that's Cornwall.
So ball at the 31. They'll gain 11 on the play. He's going to walk off on his own.
Yeah, but he's sore. He's been banged around hard tonight.
So it'll be 4th down and 12. And he'll walk off on his own power there, which is good to see.
That's all he's doing is walking off, though.
Yeah. Our live video tonight presented by Central Bank and Central Insure. They are proud supporters of the Spirit Lake Indians, and they have brought us the live video stream coverage all playoffs long.
Coach Beloit, one of the first ones out there when Jake went down on that one.
So ball at the 31-yard line, and it'll be 4th down here, and Ryder is on to punt for the Indians. And now 2 first downs, I believe, is all tonight for Spirit Lake offensively.
That's all I've got him
and
for.
Really, that's the difference, folks. OABCIG scored 19. Now nobody's shocked by that.
No, OABCIG and 19 points. That's a good defensive stand for Spirit Lake, especially when you look at it to where the Falcons on the night, I've got them unofficially on the totals for 343 yards of offense and only 19 points.
Punt goes down to the Falcons' 33-yard line. Another good punt by Ryder. Well, that's another reason why maybe the score isn't different, because Ryder's booted it deep several times to give the defense a chance. But the Falcons will come back onto the field here with 9:20 to go in the ballgame at their own 33.
Yep. And
I would be shocked if this goes into the air at all. I would just let DeJean run it if it was me.
Let him run it, yep. And if you don't make that first down, punt it away. Unless you get across midfield, then you go for 4th downs. Burn the clock is what you got to do now. I think Coach Larry Allen, before this in that 3rd quarter, he still knows what Spirit Lake can do.
He knows that they're capable.
He wants to put more daggers in it. He could feel that foot on the throat at that time, and it just didn't work for him. But
they got the 1 touchdown right away after the injury, but then the 4 downs at the 1-yard line.
Yep.
That one was one was definitely a win for Spirit Lake.
Exactly. And then when Stecker intercepts it in the end zone, that's another one they were driving on. They could have very easily put it in.
The defense has done their part.
I don't know what we're waiting for now.
They're resetting the clock. I'm not sure what the deal is here.
I don't know what it is. What are we waiting for? Is there lights on somewhere?
They're having trouble with the scoreboard.
Okay,
that's what's going on. Coming up later tonight, Iowa High School scoreboard show, 10 to 11:30 here.
There it goes
on KUOO. Well, it's a little chilly. Even the technology's having a few issues here tonight.
I think they need to run it down some, evidently, because they're letting it run down. 9:07. They had to reset it to 9:07.
So here we go. 1st and 10 Falcons at their own 33-yard line.
Well, they got 2 guys out here. Just one. Well, they got 1 guy deep, I guess.
They're going to toss that out, and that was almost intercepted.
Will Graves. He saw that one all the way.
He broke that through with Winter Road and Kohler. Outstanding play there. Ooh.
Will Graves saw that all the way. He knew that was coming the way they're stacked up.
That would have been 6. 2nd and 10. 9:04 to go in the ball game if you're joining us on the radio end of things.
That's one of those. There again, he's passing. Quick outside wide receiver screen, but he's still passing.
Going to hand off here to Ladwig. Oh, and Ladwig is going to get a healthy amount here on 2nd down. 6, maybe 7. Mark him at the 39-yard line for a gain of 6. That sets up 3rd down and 4 for the Falcons.
And that's so manageable for
again.
him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So manageable for him.
Yeah, they should be able to burn a solid minute here, you would think, on the next 2 plays. 3 receivers to the far side of the field for DeJean. He's looking to throw. Lots of time. He'll try to throw it downfield. 2 players down there, and did he catch it? No. Incomplete. All right, so it'll be 4th down and 4, and the Falcons will send the punting unit onto the field.
But there again, it's 4th and 4, and you're throwing the football. That's their game plan, though.
Yep, that's how they do it.
That is their game all year long. They've relied on the pass more than the run. They have more confidence in that. We've had some good defensive coverage downfield.
Well, and I would argue tonight, in the first half at least, the run was a huge part of their success story.
Sure. Yep.
Oh, and there's a bad snap, and DeJean will punt it and get a real leg under it, too. It'll be caught at the 17-yard line for Spirit Lake, and then I believe that's Caden Hassel.
And he gets
He'll
smothered.
get smothered out of bounds. Oh, man.
And he's down.
He's hurt now. Well, he got basically split in half.
Well, he got sandwiched up high and low, got bent backwards. So I'm sure he's feeling that in the knees a little bit.
Yikes. 8:14 to go in the ball game. 19-0. Falcons. Indians offense comes back onto the field. So Spirit Lake will start at their own 29-yard line. And Lunt is in at quarterback. And I don't know.
And Lallemand Deer's in the backfield.
Okay. And they will look to throw. And he'll get it
threw up a
downfield, and that's going to be almost intercepted.
I think
is it intercepted?
It is.
Yes. Intercepted by Griffin Dearson at the 45-yard line.
Oh, now he's got it. So I think he got
it too. I
think he got underneath that. It tipped off the first guy. I believe that was DeJean that tipped it. Almost juggled it, have it on the dead run. Slipped out of his hands, but then Dearson was right there and corralled it underneath.
So 8:07 to go in the ball game, and OABCIG gets the ball back at the Spirit Lake 45-yard line.
Yeah, just
here we go.
Nothing going on offense tonight.
Man in motion is Winterow. They'll toss it to him. He'll cut back towards the middle. Not going to get a lot. He'll get probably 1, maybe it looks like 2 on forward progress. So ball will be marked at the Spirit Lake 43. It'll be 2nd down and 8 coming up.
Winterow, not a real big guy, 5'7", 150. But he's like a little bowling ball out there. He's got some strong legs.
Let's get some updates. Again, we mentioned HMS leads Woodbury Central 24-19 after 3. It's a final. West Sioux defeats Western Christian 48-20.
Okay.
So West Sioux's on to state again.
No update from Scotty yet on that Hartley-Melvin game?
No additional update yet.
Okay.
2nd and 8. And they'll try that same play. They'll toss it to Winter Road, and then he'll be tackled for a loss this time around as the defense swarms back to the 45-yard line. And if you're a Falcon fan, you're saying, well, we're not going anywhere with the run here, but you're burning the clock.
You're burning the clock. That's
all you
want to do
need to do here. I mean, the Spirit Lake offense has been, for lack of a better term, anemic tonight.
On this situation, I would see a pass. Nothing deep. I would go across the middle for about 5, 6, 7 yards.
Maybe I've watched too much Kirk Ferentz football.
And set it up to where you've got 4th and short.
Because
it's
agree.
4-down territory.
I agree. It could be 4-down territory if you can get it to 4th and short.
I could see a short pass
and I would
right
not
here.
be surprised if they throw.
And they're setting up. They're stacked on both sides here, especially on this side.
So DeJean, now he's just going to look to throw over the middle, and he's got a man punt, and then he dropped it. Ooh, and that was a 1st down and then some for Carter Hofling.
Yeah, he was running before he actually pulled it in, and he's batting himself on the helmet on that one.
So it'll be 4th down from the 45, and I think the Falcons are going to – it looks like they're maybe going to bring the punt unit on here. DeJean is still in the game.
Yeah, but he's their punter.
Yeah, one of the 2 punters anyway. They have Griffin Dearson also punts it once in a while.
And I'm sure he's probably out there somewhere too.
He's one of the guys blocking it. That's a high snap, and he'll get it away. Ball will bounce and then actually take a Spirit Lake bounce up to the 21-yard line. So still 6:23 to go, but not looking good for the Spirit Lake Indians that would have to score pretty much right away here.
They need to score bang, bang, bang. I mean, 3 times right in a row here.
With 6:23 in the game.
And it can't be long, deliberate drives right now.
No.
And it's kind of sad to see you got Jake Cornwall here in the sideline when the offense comes back out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, he's just been kind of beat up tonight. So here's Lunt in the shotgun. He'll have 4 receivers here on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Gets it down the middle, and it'll be incomplete. Overshot the intended receiver there, Justin Ham. So 2nd down and 10 on the way. And thanks to Central Bank and Central Insure for sponsoring tonight's live video stream. Second and 10. 2 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left for Cade Lunt in the shotgun. He'll roll to his right. Looking to throw, and downfield he's got a man. It's caught. Is that Voss? Oh, they're going to say he's marked down. Now OABCIG maybe ended up with it.
I was going to say, did they call it a fumble or an incomplete pass? Because the ball came out.
OABCIG is pleading their case.
The ball came out.
They're going to say it's
or was he down?
Ball down.
Was he down?
At the 38. It's enough for a first down.
Okay, all right.
And I believe that was Voss.
Yep.
Okay, gain of 17. That's interesting. Or the ball went out of bounds, perhaps.
Well, maybe that's what happened. Yep.
Okay, I think that's maybe what happened. They're going to throw here on 1st down. Lunt with time over the middle, has a man. Ooh, and it's dropped. Thrown just a little behind Drew Alger, couldn't quite bring it in. And that would have put it, past midfield.
Yep.
Instead, it'll be 2nd down and 10. 5:53 to go, 19-0 OABCIG if you're just joining us.
Look for all passing now from Spirit Lake.
Absolutely.
Especially when you got your main runners both out, Bodie Higgins and Jake Cornwall. I mean, Will Ditchworth is there yet, but they need the points. They need the yards in a hurry here with 5 minutes, 53 seconds to go in the game.
And they have Lalo Mandir at the running back position.
I think they can use him more as a blocking back, though.
Absolutely. And here's pressure, and Lunt's going to be sacked back at the 28-yard line. And a loss of 10. Now they'll give him forward progress at the 30.
Bodie Hansen, another sophomore for this Falcon squad.
Well, they're subbing in a few players here up by 3 scores. Why not? 3rd down and 20. Ball at the 30-yard line. They need to get to the 48. And he'll throw it out, and there's Voss. Can he bring it in? He did.
He did.
Voss brought it in inside the 40 to the 36. Hey.
Yeah.
Throw it up and see what happens.
Never say quit with Tyler Voss out there.
34-yard connection.
And another 1st down.
Things are still tight across the border on KKOJ up in Marshall. JCC leads Pipestone 21-14 after 3. They'll throw again down to Voss. 2 guys on there. Voss makes the catch, but out of bounds, I believe.
Yeah, I think he's out of bounds on that.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
that's
he was.
pretty good defense downfield as they had to force him out of bounds.
The ball was just a little bit to the outside. It would have been to the inside. I think he would have had that foot drug, but it was just to the outside, and he couldn't quite drag that foot in there. Great catch. I mean, he was right there.
Outstanding. Voss is a little gassed.
He's a little gassed.
Understandably
so. Guess what? I bet you
he's
coming out.
He's not coming out. No.
I bet you he isn't coming out.
No, you're going to leave your best receiver on the field. 2nd down and 10. 5:02 to go. Lunt rolls to the right. There's a throw back over the middle. And did Hassel bring it in? There's going to be a flag here on the play.
I think it's on. Yeah, I think it's going to be a holding. or unnecessary roughness.
Yeah, Dearson and Beck were going at it there.
A couple of big boys there, a couple of heavyweights. And it was one of those where Beck had the big pancake block on him. He got down on the ground and didn't really move.
They're going to call a hold, though.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was going to be. That's what I thought it was going to be. And it's from the spot of the foul,
yikes.
Which was about the 44.
5.
They're going to move it up a little bit here. 43-yard line.
Yikes.
So, I mean, with that, that's going to
push it to the 47, I believe.
That's going to be a 17-yard loss.
Yikes.
Because the line of scrimmage was at the 36 of the Falcons, and that's going to back them up to the
47-yard line.
47.
Well, it has not been Spirit Lakes night.
So, yeah.
It'll be second and about 30.
17-yard penalty on that one.
4:52 to go in the ballgame, 19-0, OABCIG. And let's see what they decide to call here. Don't have to get it all back in one play, but you also need a quick score.
No, but I would look at getting it at least back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's a long ways away.
And they will throw over the middle, and, it'll be dropped just
again.
behind Justin Ham. Let's see. Woodbury Central has regained the lead with 6:30 to go, 27-24 on Hartley Melvin Sanborn.
That's going back and forth down there.
Ooh. Well, can the Hawks find another drive in them? Maybe like a nice long 5-minute
about 5-6 minute drive.
Huh? How about Mr. Cooper Ebel? Could he run it out with about a minute left in the game?
Yeah, good for the Hawks. They're keeping that one close.
Yeah, they've kept that one close. I think maybe closer than some people thought they would.
Yep, exactly.
Woodbury Central's very good offensively.
Very good football team.
Now they're going to throw it deep for Voss again, and he's got it down at. Oh, it's broken up at the last second. Pretty good defensive play.
I think that's intercepted.
Is it intercepted?
That's intercepted.
Intercepted.
Yep. No, that's a good call.
By Marshall Skinner down. No, check that. That's 22. Josh Peters.
That's a good call because
it is.
Voss went up for it. They both had their hands in there. As they went down, the ball popped up in the air, and it landed right in the gut of Josh Peters for the interception.
At the OABCIG 18-yard line with 4:40 to go in the ball game, and that's going to pretty much do it.
I think that's going to do that, yep. But, yeah, OABCIG will get it with that 4:40 to go at their own 18.
And again,
and now I'm going to see heavy doses of run.
I don't see how you can throw the ball here now.
And now I see heavy doses of run. Seriously.
Yep, and they're going to go to Dearson, and that's the right call. Go to the workhorse, right?
Yeah.
This is the big boy who's, really, I think he's a huge difference maker. Certainly, DeJean had a better night. The line for OABCIG had a better night, but Dearson is a difference maker, I think, because that pushes the ball to the 20-yard line. And certainly, yes, you can say Spirit Lake was a little shorthanded on the running back side tonight, but, they've been good.
They got outplayed on the line of scrimmage.
They got outplayed on the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure it would have mattered that much if Bodie Higgins played tonight.
No, they got outplayed on the line of scrimmage. There's no doubt about that. And I think Spirit Lake called a timeout just to stop the clock.
Well, no, it is ticking.
Now it started again, yep.
3:56. And they'll go Dearson again. And Dearson's going to kick it to the outside, and they try to strip it away.
Tyler almost got it.
To the 26. So tack on another 6 yards there for Dearson. And that'll make it 3rd down and 2. And the Falcons here should be able to get it to just about 3 minutes in the ball game.
Yep, there's going to be about 3 minutes and 3 seconds.
And a first down would be very, very problematic.
3 minutes and 3 seconds. And you've noticed that Coach Beloit has not started taking timeouts yet.
No.
We'll see what happens on this next series. I was thinking he's probably wanting to hope that his defense could stop him here.
Yep. And they'll go Dearson again. Dearson will bully his way forward. I think he's got the first down.
Yep.
Crosses the 30. Mark him at the 32. It's a gain of 6. That's going to pretty much do it. Because now you can burn your timeouts if you're Spirit Lake, but I don't know if it really is going to matter all that much, to be honest with you. And they are not going to take a timeout here. 19-0 Falcons, if you're just joining us. It's been a really a pretty good defensive battle all around, but
Like
credit
I say,
OABCIG, they've made some big plays.
They made the big plays, but they've got 363 yards of offense and only 19 points on the scoreboard.
Yep. They've made some big plays tonight. And they will hand it off to Winter Road. They'll try to do a little sweep on the end around. Winter Road will get to the sideline, and will he be tackled out of bounds?
Yeah, he's in bounds because he waved the arm to keep the clock running.
Okay. Ball at the 34-yard line, gain of a couple.
He slid just before the yard marker, the sideline over there.
2:10 clock still ticking.
And when you slide like that, it's where you first start your slide, and that was in bounds.
Post-game show coming up here in about 2 minutes of game time from Doctors Norland and Cornwall at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake. 2nd down and 8 for the Falcons at their own 34-yard line.
44th rushing play from the line of scrimmage tonight for this Falcons team.
Wow. And here they go. Ladwig this time around spins past the 35 to the 36 for a couple more. And now at 1:30 to go, they'll be able to get this down to under a minute on the next play, regardless of what they do. So even if they have to punt it away, it'll be under a minute to go.
Yep.
But Clyde, you gotta give it up to the Spirit Lake squad on an outstanding season.
A senior-led squad, but a lot of youngsters out there in a great season. But tonight it was just one of those where I think OABCIG defense wanted it more than anything.
Agreed.
That's that to me. That's the game.
And
defense.
the line for OABCIG.
Yeah.
There's a big run. That's going to be a first down there for Ladwig. He'll get up to the 44. He gains 8. And that's going to pretty much do it. They'll have to snap it one more time.
One more time, yep.
And Falcons fans, after I believe it's been about a 2-year hiatus, will return to the Dome.
Let's give a little kudos here while we got it. Well, we'll wait here. We get one more snap, and we'll do it just for the end of the game. We'll try and get the mention of all the seniors out there. 17 great seniors on this Spirit Lake squad tonight and this year, and Coach Beloit's going to miss them all. But, boy, what a great bunch of guys.
And there's the kneel for the Falcons. And the handshakes will begin at midfield. And certainly good luck to the Falcons down at the Dome.
A very, very hard-fought game on both sides, I think, on defense. But, like I say, I think the big thing tonight is you saw a Falcons defense that was really, really hungry to completely shut down this Spirit Lake squad, and they did, and we'll see that in the totals tonight. Good. Let's get out some of the seniors. Justin Ham, one of the seniors, great leader. Drew Elger, Caden Hassel is a senior. Jake Cornwall, all these are seniors I'm naming off. Tyler Voss, Braden Teesfeld, I hope he's doing great. Corbin Quantz, Jake Walleen, Joey Brown, Caleb Lee, Dylan Ferguson, Caleb Ryder, Gabe Poolman, Cale Queering, Bennett Lewis, Spencer Robinson, and Travis Ullman. Kudos to those 17 seniors. They will be missed because this has been one of those squads that has played together so well all year long and just came up short tonight to a very fired-up Falcons team from Odebolt, Arthur, Ida Grove, Battle Creek.
So congrats to OABCIG winning tonight 19-0. Let's take a timeout. Our post-game show is on the way with Doctors Norland and Cornwall at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake. That's on the way in 3 minutes on KUOO and Explore Kaboji Live Video.
Are you looking for fun social opportunities, financial benefits, and the opportunity to travel the world? This is Tammy Browning, Executive Director of Central Bank's Emerald Club, where we match up products, services, and expertise to create an engaging and social community for customers age 50 and up. We currently have trips scheduled to Omaha, the Canadian Maritimes, Nashville, Ireland, and a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Australia and New Zealand. Stop into Central Bank in Spirit Lake to learn more about the Emerald Club, where experience in banking meets experience in life. Member FDIC.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect, no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, you know, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better and when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun. You can still want to win, but always be kind. Remember, that's a human.
Nothing you can say from the stands is going to change the call that they make on the field. No matter how hard you yell at them, they're going to stick with the call on the field. So it doesn't really help much, but what does help is encouraging your team when they're down, when the call doesn't go their way. Instead of yelling at the officials, try to help encourage your team and get them out of the funk that they're in and try and get them in the right direction.
Here at Haverfield and Spirit Lake. Spirit Lake season comes to a close. OABCIG gets revenge in the state quarterfinal round and defeats the Indians tonight 19-0. Spirit Lake season comes to a close at 10-1, and OABCIG improves to 10-1. They will advance to the Unidome, where they will play next Saturday at either 10 a.m. or 1 p.m. Congrats to the Falcons this evening. They definitely have earned their victory here this evening, especially on the defensive side, Clyde.
Oh, phenomenal
holding Spirit Lake to
defense.
virtually nothing. We have a final as well from Q102. Woodbury Central has come from behind to defeat Hartley Melvin Sanborn 27-24. So close again for Hartley Melvin Sanborn, but a great season for them as well.
Yep.
As they finish, I believe they will finish 8-3 on the year.
Yep.
So
8-3.
And a 10-1 finish for this Indian squad, who graduates 17 seniors, and just an outstanding season. But let's start by maybe just recapping the stats of this one, Clyde.
You know, it's going to show so much on that in regards that the defense for the Falcons really dominated this game tonight. They held Spirit Lake to 66 total yards of offense tonight. That's 12 yards rushing on 23 carries. All season long, they've averaged 6 yards a carry.
Yep.
Now tonight they average a half a yard a carry.
Yep. And
you're not going to get it done doing that.
The guys up front for OABCIG came to play.
Yep, and passing-wise, 5 of 14 on the night for 54 yards. A lot of those came here late in the game, but 66 yards total offense on 4 first downs, 2 rushing, 2 passing, and that was 3 of them in the second half, 2 and 1 in the first half. OABCIG, I had them with 10 first downs. Rushing-wise, 44 carries tonight for 199 yards. Okay, you think they're a passing team. Well, they still ended up with almost 200 yards rushing. And passing-wise, they were 10 of 28 for 174.
Yeah.
So they mixed it up beautifully in that regards. Yes, we had the rush there at times on him, but he would escape, or when they needed the little hole in there, the offensive line gave them the hole to be able to get those first downs and put up the 19 points on the scoreboard. So I still think the dominating feature tonight for both sides was the line play.
Yep.
Offense, namely defensive line for OABCIG, because when was the last time that you saw our offensive line get bull rushed like they were tonight?
Yeah.
Not very often at all. And Cade Lunt and Jake Cornwall were getting a lot of pressure out there from that front line tonight, and the backers blitzing. So give credit to that OABCIG defense. That was phenomenal on tonight.
It was phenomenal, and the first time around, it's almost kind of like the storyline switched from the first time around, because Spirit Lake couldn't do anything offensively this time around. OABCIG couldn't do a whole lot offensively the first time around these two teams played. Yeah, they put 14 points on the board, but they were not able to run the ball at all. Yeah. And the rushing total for DeJean tonight is 110 more yards more than what he had the first time around.
Yeah, and you take a look at it, 18 carries for Beckett DeJean, 112 yards rushing. He was 10 of 28 with the one interception for 174 yards passing tonight. Gabe Winterode, he's the big receiver, 4 catches at 99 yards out there. He had that big 171-yard catch and run for the touchdown. Griffin Dearson, 17 carries, 65 yards. So that's another big one right there. 3 big plays, 3 big players out there doing their job tonight. And give credit to the Spirit Lake squad for hanging in there, but they just couldn't find the offense tonight.
Just couldn't quite find it tonight. And, had opportunities, Clyde. Multiple opportunities that came up tonight, but credit is going to go OABCIG's way as they will return to the Dome. That's a place they're familiar with.
Yeah, a couple 3 years ago they were there.
They had multiple trips in a row there, and they've been close 2 or 3 years in a row now again. So
and nothing, our kids, they would have loved to experience that. It's just a great job out there, but just couldn't quite get it pulled off tonight to get that trip to the Dome, and give credit to the Falcons.
And again, the final over on Q102 tonight, Woodbury Central 27, Hartley Melvin Sanborn 24. The Hawks come up just short in their Class A quarterfinal tonight. At last check, it was Jackson County Central leading 21-14 after 3 over Pipestone. That was up on KKOJ. And so we'll see if we can get a final on that one before it's all said and done. We know Central Lion is going to the Dome next week in 2A.
Yeah, rolling.
No shocker.
They're rolling into the Dome.
42-7 over their arch rival West Lion.
Yeah.
That doesn't just happen, folks.
No.
And we know West Sioux has got multiple trips now to the state.
West Sioux, congrats
as
for them.
well.
Yeah,
they're going to advance. They beat Western Christian tonight. So
yeah, that's some tough football up in this northwest corner of the state, and I think even down at the Dome we're going to be well representative in those classes up and down.
All the way down to 8-player on Wednesday when we have both Newell Fonda and Remsen St. Mary's. So
we got Coach Beloit coming up the steps now.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring Coach up here. And again, our postgame show is sponsored by Doctors Norland and Cornwall at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake with the Iowa High School Scoreboard Show about 20 minutes away here on KUOO. And we'll get things kind of set up here for Coach. And we appreciate him coming up here even after a loss tonight and a tough way to end a really, really good football season here. So we'll bring him in here in just a moment. As again, the Falcons win this one here this evening, 19-0, and the Indian season comes to a close at 10-1. And a good season. And Coach, thanks for coming up here this evening. We really appreciate it. And thank you so much for coming up here. And well, got to hand it to the Falcons here tonight, Coach. They really came to play here this evening, especially at their defense.
Yeah, they played a really, really physical ball game. So yeah, credit to those guys. So.
What a great season as a whole. Let's just kind of start with that for this group. 10-1, and you know what? An outstanding group of seniors out there tonight for you.
Incredible people. I love this group of guys. The senior group has been phenomenal. Leadership, character, heart, how they carry themselves and everything they do. This whole team, it's just been a joy to be around. That's what I told them. Couldn't ask for anything more from them all year long, and just love the way just love who they are, love how they carry themselves, love how they prepare, love how they treat each other. And, it's just hard about this game is you don't know when your last one's going to be, and then it's not being together, not getting to spend as much time together. But group of seniors incredibly proud of, really proud of our whole team, how they competed all season long. Community sport's phenomenal.
Give me some bright spots from the game that you saw. Tough to do, I know that, but I
was just talking seniors and thinking about memories with them. So I'm looking back at the game. I mean, it's a big goal line stop again. Had some big fourth down stops.
How about Tyler Voss? No quit in him at all.
No, there's no quit in any of those seniors. We had a lot of guys banged up. Jake Cornwall's been injured all week. Didn't practice until Thursday. He gave us everything he had. We had a lot of guys.
Braden
Thiesfeld's having surgery right now.
Is he?
So
leg?
That rocks your team a little bit too, and just a great senior kid. And as far as bright spots, just proud of these guys how they competed all game. We didn't. I just wanted for those guys to get the experience to be together down there, and
it'd be fun.
Yeah, but because they deserve it. They worked all year long, but we got beat tonight, and I'm just proud of them. Love them. I don't know what else to say, guys. So,
well, I agree. Thank you so much. We appreciate you coming up after every game. It's always been fun.
Thanks for all your coverage and everything you do,
we
guys.
Appreciate it.
You're amazing people and great supporters, so thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Have a good
appreciate
one.
it. Really appreciate your time, and thanks, Coach, for coming up here in the post-game show. And again, 19-0, the Falcons end the Indian season.
And you know what? It's like Coach said. What else can you say?
Yeah.
Kudos to the great seniors that are out there and the rest of the ball club because they had a great season. But this was a night that just wasn't meant to be for them. OABCIG was hungry. They knew it. They wanted it. They wanted that revenge. And they got the taste of it right away when they saw their defensive line pushing our offensive line around. And that kind of just took the wind right out of us. And then you could see it, like I said, off air, when Braden got hurt. And that next play was
the wind was out of the sails.
Yeah, the wind was out of – and the next play was that touchdown.
Yep.
71-yard touchdown.
Yep.
It just took them right out of it. So that hurt, and the electricity just wasn't there, and it showed. It was just one of those deals. So, but hats off to this squad. It's been a great year, fun to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. So many good plays, so many entertaining. One of the best defenses I've seen in a long time that in the high school level. And really, you think about it, they came out tonight. Yeah, they gave up a lot of yards, but only gave up 19 points when the opposing team had almost 400 yards of offense.
They gave themselves a chance.
They did.
They gave them a chance.
They did.
There's no doubt about it.
And you know what? Like I say, congrats to the seniors. 17 of them out there. We named them off. Good for them out there. But here's what I'm going to look at. We got a lot of good young ones out there.
A lot of young skilled players.
A lot of young skilled players that are out there. They got some great offensive line players that are underclassmen that'll be back next year. They're going to have to fill in some defensive spots. But Coach Beloit will do that. I look forward to it.
Definitely been it's always a fun time, Clyde, but that's definitely been one of the more fun seasons that we've had together in now, I believe, 8 years that we've been doing this. And so thanks again to you.
You put up with me that long?
I have put up with you that long. I've made it 8. You haven't scared me off yet, I tell you what. No, it's always just a lot of fun, and we're grateful that I could continue to get to do this piece of the radio fun, and it's been a lot of fun on that front. And thanks to Scott Nolte for coordinating, and Tim and Keith as well, and Matthew. Thank you for running video tonight.
That's right. Thanks,
I want to say thanks to Michael, as always, back in the studios. He does a great job as always, and good luck to the Falcons next week down in Cedar Falls as they defeat Spirit Lake tonight. 19-0, and the Indian season comes to a close at 10-1. For Clyde Erke, I'm Jason Jacobs. Good night from Hafer Field in Spirit Lake.